So,
Just renaming a grove.
Grover.
Nope.
Shazam.
What the shit? I do remember this pen sucking.
We've got the grove
right.
of gaudy greens.
You don't have a single blue or black pen in here. This looks like a lighter.
Well, it's a pencil, like a lead pencil.
But it very much looks like a lighter.
Okay.
Brown.
I know.
Everybody good to go? Stream up and ready?
That's the best one you can find.
I think we're good.
All right.
I thought you opened the pink one, and we're surprised.
There's a lot of times that there's pens that are a lot of different colors and shit, and then they're just blue or black.
Do you expect me to have
No,
those
but-
kinds of pens? I'm just playing.
I know.
You two good to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Then, let's get into this. First things first, let's do a little recap as we've had ourselves a little month break here.
Appreciate it.
In the aftermath of an exciting winter event known as the Great Goblin Gathering, we've picked up our story with our intrepid group of goblins and goblin-ish. Originally finding themselves aiding the leader of Dargoon in the days following the Great Goblin Gathering. The days preceding the Great Goblin Gathering to ensure that it went without a hitch. You all had discovered a strange conspiracy afoot, taken care of it for the most part, and gotten yourselves in the good graces of your seemingly new patron, Lesh Haruk Sharatkor. Your adventures then saw you gifted with a few possible things that you could do in service of him, which you set off immediately on one that seemed to align with your own goals. After moseying about the surrounding nation and crossing a few borders, getting into some trouble elsewhere, you all had made some friends, made some new enemies, and ultimately found yourselves in pursuit of the patron assigned goals of heading to the nearby nation of Zilargo and pursuing not peace talks necessarily, but non-aggression pacts should issues break out with the nearby nation of Breland, who in your adventures and discoveries you'd found to be the main aggressor and the main culprit behind the conspiracies within Dargoon. Peace talks, or non-combat talks, went favorably enough. There was a treaty sent out to Lesh Haruk to sign that was already agreed upon by Zilargo and Breland, that Zilargo would act as a non-combatant in the upcoming conflicts, should there be any. However, they would not necessarily abstain from allowing their citizens to support whichever side they personally had interests in, given their long-running generational support of Breland. However, a non-aggression pact seemed good enough for you all. And you then pursued a bit of a side errand, picking up a legendary magic item. And
Casually.
all it cost was breaking the law in one of the most aggressively violent law-abiding countries.
Sword-
Yeah, like
Authoritarian,
we weren't gonna
would that
do
be?
it anyway. We were gonna break the
true.
law at some point.
And with this little box checked off on your to-do list, you pursued further goals on your travels
thanks for the
towards
risk.
Droam,
Sounds
where
good.
you were sent to treat with the three hag coven that rules over the nation in the Great Crag. However, about halfway in your travels towards the Great Crag, you begin experiencing some dreams, some reoccurring, not necessarily nightmares, but ominous warnings that seemed to instruct you to turn off course and instead land at Grey Wall and pursue a strange and potential meeting with a figure there. Having found your way into Grey Wall, you spent some time in the markets, got split up a little bit. Clunk, I believe, acquired several illegal substances anywhere else, but perfectly legal within the nation of Draw. While Clunk was away gallivanting with the drugs, the rest of the party witnessed a strange and seemingly ominous sight of an illithid individual flanked by two Oni guards who was interrupted in his stroll through the market by a small blue kobold that he then picked up, inspected, stuffed into a bag, and then continued on his way. After this event, you found yourself seemingly coming to your fated meeting as pushing in the direction, or pushing through the crowd in your direction. You saw a lizard folk-like individual wearing a wide-brimmed black hat, cloaked and in some pretty standard working clothes of white shirt. Well, what was once a white shirt. And as he came across you, he seemed also to have a moment of double take when he witnessed your party. As the evening went on, you met him later at a tavern nearby, the market bazaar here, and discussed a potential alliance. Learned some things about him. Learned that he was a former bounty hunter turned convict turned released convict. Now just out looking to regain his own belongings and potentially find some place for himself in this world now that he's free again.
What did the jail keep that was his or something? Or what's that story again? Or was that
So, to update that particular bit of information, he asked Giz specifically, recognizing Giz's handiwork and a few of the items that your party carried, asked Giz if he was a magical tinkerer and if he had the capabilities of aiding in a restoration / repair of a damaged item that resembles a silver revolver with a sort of purple pearlescent on it that he refers to as his spell shot. Giz, after taking a look at it, noticed there's a few areas of damage on it, particularly that the let's see, there was the damage to the weapon itself. The cylinder was dented and looked like it had been cast in something that blocked up one of the barrels, or a couple of the barrels. The actual barrel of the gun itself was also misshapen and damaged. There was also deliberate etching and seemingly like damage done to the runes on the outside of the gun that you imagine would probably facilitate its ability to cast spells. In discussing these damages, Talon had told you that he had some notes from the original crafter about its construction and how to repair it and how to fix it if, any minor damages were to happen. And that when he was released from Turakbar's fist, he did not receive these notes upon his exit. He had tried to get them, but it seemed like they were deliberately kept from him in one fashion or another.
Rude.
Yep.
That reminds me of like a I think it's a Cyanide and Happiness sketch. This dude gets out of jail and they're like, man, we would have kept you for longer if we would have had better evidence. And they give him his stuff back, and it's like the bloody knife, gloves, and then the whole ass body in like a bag.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, Cyanide and Happiness is one of my favorite things that's kind of been phased out by like all the censorship online these days. I miss them.
Yeah, they're good.
But to continue with the recap and get us into where we are right now, you'd come to a deal with Talon with no specific price payment in mind. He simply stated that he pays in the realm of hordes. So whatever that means, you all found it favorable, and
I think that means
decided
motherfucker's a polymorph dragon. Oh, fuck. That was a bad time to start speaking while I'm getting jump scared at the same time. I totally forgot what I was going to say, so carry on.
However, as the night wore on and you all had a decent conversation kind of into the midnight hours, he said that he was going to get some rest and meet you all in the morning. And we pick up in the morning as you all are mounting up with Talon into your the saddle you have made on basalt, your your gargantuan ember rock.
Large.
Yes.
Choco said Discord is acting up. Not sure what she means by that.
What do you mean by that? And do you even hear us asking you what do you mean by that? Do you know what we mean by that? I just turboed my mute button.
Yup. I figured.
Okay.
I figured that would have the right effect.
Oh.
Camouflage.
I love you.
Love you too. Nom.
Gross.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, prior to you all taking off and leaving this morning, is there anything anyone would like to grab from town before you leave?
More drugs.
Is that a legitimate request? Because, like I had stated previously,
It's Clunk.
it's Droem.
Yes.
All right.
It's
Clunk,
Clunk,
you
it's
want?
Jerome. There's
Give
like
me a
a
quick
9
sec.
out
I
of
need to
10
figure out what I
chance.
have. Yo, okay, here's the thing. This is how Clunk learns he can make money by selling drugs. Because I'm just going to go to the legal places and be like, yo, you want some shit? And sell it. Okay, what I currently have.
Yay.
I can't believe this small born-again child is finding his purpose selling drugs.
Crystallized dragon
Back alley of
blood.
Drome.
I have 2 bags of holding. I should have gotten a third, so I could keep 2 as a and then use the third as actual. Just forgets, put the 2 into the 3rd. Doubles down. Mom just told me that we have no Wi-Fi from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Oh.
Oh joy.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Don't you guys have a house together now, or is she just visiting with the...
So
Okay.
she has to help take care of her dad. Her dad has
Oh.
is bedridden and needs to be taken care of, so she's
Oh.
basically spends all day Wednesdays and then most of the day Monday through Friday over there.
That's fair. I don't know if I've written down how much I actually have right now. Oh, well, I mean, it is literally on my bucket list. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down there. I'm going to slap a, like, you know, down to Drugsville, slap a single platinum and be like, give me 1 usage of, and then just partake.
All right.
When you suggest
Literally
what?
on his bucket list. Yeah, give me your best. I'm gonna give me your best drug.
Give me your best drug. Holy shit.
All right, go ahead and roll me a. God, this feels like a performance. This feels like something Clunk is really playing up.
Oh yeah, fair.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Not 20.
Oh my god.
25.
Kidding me.
All right.
Flips the coin like freaking what's
Also, I just realized.
Harley Dent? Like,
Harvey.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
kind of drug they're gonna give him, but I hope it's something insane.
really don't have any drugs written down.
So, this is a little eerie.
I probably just took all the other stuff. What is that sound?
That works. That is music, my friend. I forgot to
Ooh.
turn it on when we started.
Ooh.
But... So, you walk through the town. You spot what you believe to be a drug dealer. And after spending about, less than half a second considering your actions, you roll up with swagger. You saunter over, lean up
Plug
against
walk.
the wall beside them, flip the coin to them, and just say, "One of your best drugs, please." They catch the coin, give you a nod. This orcish female, kind of shaved one side of the head,
Wait.
hair kind of combed over it.
Sorry, could I retcon that to two usages, two dosages,
Two doses. All right.
dosages.
Two dosages. All right. Well,
What
you
I'm gonna put in
scroll
someone
up.
else's drink later.
No.
I don't
Oh,
know.
fucking
Probably
knew it.
not us. No, just some dude that
Oh,
we're like,
boy.
like I'll put it in the freaking warden's coffee.
Oh my god, you're
Oh
gonna
my.
kill somebody else today at breakfast.
You stroll up to this this female orc. Again, shaved one side of the head, long kind of tattoos down that side of the face and neck. She's kind of leaned up against the wall, arms crossed. And as you stroll up and flip the coin, she barely moves, catches the coin, looks down at you, and just says, "You're gonna need to pay a little more for the best."
I pull out, like, I guess the bag of holes. Well, I would have had a coin pouch in the bag of holes, so I pull it out, and it's like, and I put it on the table and say, "How much?"
For 2 doses, 10 gold each. 20 gold.
All right, I take out 1 more platinum because that's the same, right? 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you hand over 2 platinum?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. She takes it, gives you a nod, reaches into her own bag of holding, and pulls out
Just
2
throws mine into hers. Hello, Akbar!
Oh, you
Run
wanted the good
away.
shit. Here we go.
Going on a shit, on a trip, my favorite rocket ship.
She pulls out a small vial of a crushed powder that sort of glitters silver, and hands 1 vial to you, pulls in again, and pulls out another vial and hands it over to you. One of the vials is a silvery powder. The other one is a more like sapphire-y powder.
Okay, vial of silvery powder.
Yep.
And a
Sapphire.
sapphire. Ooh.
And as she does, she just says, "Good luck with that."
Okay, thank you. And I do like my best, like, you know, big wave.
Little child.
What, you don't even
Sapphire
ask
fire.
how to do the drugs?
Oh yeah. Is this like the kind I put in my nose, mouth, or butt?
She has been extremely stoic this whole time, not cracking a smile, not like breaking a sweat, barely moved to catch your coin when you threw it. But you see just the faintest corner of the mouth lift as you say that. And she says, "It can go in any way you want, but, well, certain ways are much more exciting."
That
But-
sounds
but-
like
but-
ass
but-
to me.
Oh man.
I
I'll
mean,
let
you
figure
have one
out
now,
which
so you might
of
as well
it-
try it out, right?
I'm gonna wait till we're on the bird.
Oh boy.
No! Basil's innocent!
The like no of despair.
Yeah. My favorite part of this is he's straight up going to get into this single room cabin with all of you, and then sometime he's just gonna like pants off,
Shove
bend
drugs up
over.
his ass! In the middle! In front of every- oh my god, I didn't even consider that. In front of everybody!
Oh man. Clunk definitely want to understand from either child side or Warforged side, nudity or
Oh,
any of the
boy.
like.
Fair.
So are you saying he's not gonna do that?
Oh, he is.
He's absolutely. He's
He
just
totally
justifying it.
understands what he knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, you all we flash
Guess-
back forward to
guess we have
everyone.
that to look forward to.
Oh boy.
I'm convicted to it.
Oh. Oh my. That is an option.
It really is.
To do the other vial of drugs?
No, in my butt and shove it
Oh.
in there.
Oh god, I want that. I want that interaction.
Do me a favor. You can't ask what it is, and you can't say no after you agree.
Bro, I'm never going to agree to anything under those terms. I swear to God, it's never worked out
Yep.
for the guy involved.
Choco's
I
confused.
came back to drugs.
Oh, that happened immediately.
Yep. Jesus.
Don't worry, it hasn't happened yet, so you'll still
Yeah.
be there for when the time comes.
Yep.
I did miss this game.
Yep. Same. This is so fucking.
I'm
chaotic.
not surprised we come back to this campaign and the literal first thing that happens is Clunk buys drugs to put up his ass. Literally
not
the
either.
first
I'm-
thing. And not
It's-
even that, he crit on getting drugs to shove up his ass.
Yup.
Like,
He rolled a nat 20. He did it so smoothly that she didn't even comment.
to not only do it, but
God.
succeed at doing it so well.
Yep.
Hi. Mhm.
All right.
Delete.
So, this happened sometime early in the morning. Now coming back to our present time here, we return to Basalt. Everybody's loading up, climbing on Basalt climbing up into the saddle and then going into the room that Giz has made on her back for you all to kind of hunker down in while flying. Protect you from a little bit of the rougher elements while you're in the air.
Yeah.
So,
At some point, I should get down like a good, like, detailed description of like the saddle
We should.
cockpit cabin.
yeah, we should, because Basalt
Make a
can.
map for it. As
Yeah,
soon as you make a
Basalt
map
can
for it,
carry
that means
something
we can
big.
fight there.
It's true.
We've already fought there.
Shh, don't tell them.
Well,
Is
was
true.
it a fight? You kind
No,
of
we just
threw him off.
drunk. We
That's
we
true.
pepper sprayed him and threw him out.
Fight
so
might
much
be
a
a bit excessive language.
I mean, that was
Magically
as much of
pepper
a
sprayed
fight
him.
as
God, I'll never forget him being like, at least a coward survives, and then we just drop him right there.
Yep.
Oh, so
Oh.
good.
That poor dragon. All right. As you all begin to load up, Talon kind of climbs up. He's carrying a bag over one shoulder. He's got the spell shot back in its holster on his like left not hip, but like up near the ribs under his right arm. Sorry, right side, right hip, right like ribs under the right arm. Kind of climbs up into the saddle and looks around the sort of outside area for a bit and nods and just to Yugiz says, "There's another one of your works."
Yeah. I'm known for inventing a bunch of stuff here and there. I'll like clunk the the armor I'm wearing. I do more than just this, you know.
He nods and kind of gives you a hand on the shoulder and just says, "Well, I think I picked right. I think if anyone can fix this shit, it's probably you."
Well, I will do my absolute best. I'd hate to tarnish my own
All right.
reputation.
Probably about this point that everyone's kind of just about loaded up and Clunk like scrambles up and jumps up in.
Yeah, like kind of like looks around suspiciously to see if anyone's watching.
I
'Cause at
thought
this
you
point,
said
he's
he
just
didn't
waiting.
know that nudity was.
Oh no, but like
This is
drugs
about
have
the
been.
drugs that
have been
he's-
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just grinding your
continuously being
gears,
told.
man.
So, as he climbs up into the saddle and everybody's there, you all are ready to take off as soon as you wish.
Whoosh sound effect.
There we go. All right. So, if there's no more delays, you all can take off and begin your trip towards Turakbar's Fist.
I hope we make it there.
Me
That's
too.
that's an actual worry with
Yo, didn't ask what they do, didn't ask the side effects, just
What wasn't important? I mean, drugs are drugs,
No.
right?
drugs.
We'll find
are-
out.
It's more fun if you don't know.
You know-
Eldrick Groves. That sounds really
boy.
fun. Let's go
Honestly,
there.
I could not imagine just being like, I don't know what this does, but I'm sure it's something. Like, Jesus Christ, that's how you have a bad time.
Okay.
beep beep get in the car.
So, as we take off, you will basalt flaps 2-3 times, and it's a bit jolting, and you're launched up into the air before she kind of levels out and begins to climb a little slower with some smooth, steady beating of her wings. The air outside
oh, she's
begins
just
to
showing
cool
off
slightly.
for the new guy. I see.
Oh yeah.
Caca!
The The air outside does begin to cool. However, you all are sort of cushioned by the heat that emanates from Ember, which on the ground was a little too warm, but up here kind of evens out into a nice comfortable what's the Canadian 20? Is that a comfortable temperature?
Yeah, I think 20 and 70 is about the. It's not just Canadian; it's fudging everywhere else in the world.
Just
You're
singles
right,
out
you're right.
Canada. Just Canada, not
Like a
anywhere else. It's
fucking
not like
Canadian.
we're that like out there.
Hey, we have it happen to us.
Ooh.
Anyway, for anyone who's not using freedom units, 20-ish. For anyone who is 70-ish.
You fought to make bad decisions.
You know, I wish I could argue, but I'm proven more. You're proven right more and more every day.
It's weird. It's just the in Canada, like you'll get a little bit of both. Like usually when someone tells you your height, they'll be like, "Oh, 5'10" or whatever." Like they're like, "I'm 100."
Unless it's on your driver's license, then it's in centimeters.
Yeah, well, no one looks
Oh,
at
is
that
it?
crap. I'm 143 centimeters. Like, okay, whatever the hell that means.
That sounds very short.
I think that's right up there. 143. That's a lot. Calculate that.
I think I'm like 160 some.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe it was
143 is 4 foot, 4.5 foot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe through like 300.
So I was gonna say, like, I think the average height is 175, like for men, that is. Yeah. Anyway, out of the measurements discussion, you all make it up to about 30,000 centimeters into the air.
I don't think that's very high, is it?
No.
I'm actually taking a look right now.
Wait. No, I think it'd be 30 kilometers. That's a good bit. Like 20 something miles.
No, not
Who's it? It's 30,000.
Oh wait, you said centimeters?
Centimeters.
Yeah.
30,000 centimeters. Is
Oh.
about 1,000 feet, which is about half a kilometer.
Yeah, that's not
No.
very right.
No, sorry, 1,000 feet. Math is hard. I hate the Americas.
I also hate
hate
that.
our
What
I hate
happened?
our stupid measurements because a fucking mile isn't like 1,000 feet. It's fucking
Some atrocious number.
5,600, 400, and there's 6,000.
What?
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Oh god, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, a mile is like 5,000.
Imagine if gold and
feet or
silver
something.
was like that.
Yeah.
Gold was like 37 silver, when silver
Yeah.
was 12 and a half
Mhm.
copper.
Mhm. I hate it.
Platinum
I
was like
absolutely despise American measurements. Anyway,
yeah. Sorry, a little off topic. My bad.
that's fine. You guys are up pretty high. You kind of get to a nice cruising altitude. Basalt kind of levels out her flight, and everything's going smoothly. The little light comes on, and
Yeah, I was
the
just gonna
captain
say.
announces that if you'd like to put anything in your butt, this is the time.
Wow, being called out like that. What's everyone doing right now? Where is Senan looking?
Oy.
It doesn't matter where she's looking. I wait until she's not, and then I look
Okay.
at Vic. I say, "Hey, Vic, you can go in." Oh my God, Vic, you can go
I should
invisible,
not be
right?
drinking during this. That sounds like
Oh.
a bad idea.
No.
Vic, who has been kind of just lounging back and resting, kind of looks over at you and is just like, I mean, yeah, I can go invisible. It's not that
Okay,
hard."
so you're my buddy, right? And you gotta do most things I say, right? As long as they're not, dangerous, right? That's the one caveat, is dangerous.
his
I don't like
his
where this is
eyes
going already.
narrow.
I don't like how
His
this is
eyes
going.
narrow. Yep. His eyes narrow, and he says, I don't like how you're asking me this.
Okay, you like bad stuff, right? Drugs is bad stuff, right?
one of the eyebrows raised, and he's like, "Yeah, I like."
So can you
drugs."
help me take drugs? I have drugs.
Wouldn't
Are
it be
you gonna help
funny
me
if,
take
like, Vic was like, "Ah, man, that's close. I thought you wanted to be like Peggy or something."
I mean,
and then it's like, no, I just want you to shove drugs up my ass.
drugs. Help you take drugs. Why do you need help taking drugs?
well, see, the thing is, and I kind of like move my eyes over in Senna's direction. She won't let me, so I need you to be invisible. And
Oh my
I've been
God.
told this kind of drug works best if you use it in the best kind of place, if you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ.
I
It's
gotta
not
think
his
about how
fault.
Vic
He
is
had a
gonna
bad
take this.
upbringing.
Yeah, Vic's gonna take your 10 and turn it to 11. He winks at you and is like, "Oh yeah, I know those kinds of drugs. Those are some fun times, but man, you gotta be sure about this, cause I gotta be honest, I've done them a few times and it burns like hell to piss afterwards."
Well, I don't really need to eat, so I don't know if I need to piss, but we'll find out later.
Man, it burns to piss.
alright.
Having a flamethrower dick would be awesome.
Ah! And Rock will take a piss attack, rolling with advantage because.
Oh my! All right. He thinks about it for a second. It's like, you sure you don't have like a mage hand or something that can do this for you?
Actually, I don't think I do, but let me double check. Hey, buddy! I was there for you when I was that one time. I definitely do have a mage hand. I think I need you to be here for me. I need you to be here for me when we do this.
I don't know why, but that's like the most Philip J. Fry line I've ever heard. Hey, I was there for you that one time.
Yep. Straight up.
Oh, I've been watching more Future. Dude, did you guys know that there's just casually 2 new episodes? Maybe 3. I think it's 3 now. They're making new episodes.
Really?
It's on freaking Disney Plus.
They brought it back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching the second last season so I can catch up because they had a lot of stuff happen that season.
Yeah,
That was
I
awesome.
need to watch the whole fucking thing.
I've
It's so
actually I've been binging through it from the start recently. I'm in like season 3.
Oh,
Solid.
nice.
That's a good time to be catching up.
Yeah, I'd always seen like clips or shorts, and whenever I'm like, I've
Same.
never actually watched an episode, so it's like I'm just gonna start binging all of it.
Yeah, it's solid.
But anyway, I'll say go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I wish I had an inspiration. I'd use it.
Of course you would.
I do have a +8, so I don't know if I need it. All right, give me 1 sec. I do need to test my dice. I'm gonna
Okay.
just like real frantically roll them, and the first one that's a 20, I'm gonna use. Not use, as in that's my
Yeah,
dice,
I
obviously.
know more.
I'm gonna roll with quadruple advantage until I get a nat 20. On that one, not using your ass. Okay, fine. How about 19 or 18? Lord Christ. At least I'm getting rid of the bad ones. There we go. It's the ugly gray dice that does me well. 13, 21.
21. That's higher than he rolled. He looks over at Senin, he looks around at the room, he looks back at you, and he just he sighs and he's like, all right, you asked for it.
That's
All
a
right.
stupid idea to have him go invisible. It's like, y'all just gonna see me go. Oh. I'm gonna do this to an enemy sometime.
He turns invisible and well, he waits to turn invisible. He just kind of leans over to you. He's just like, do you where's the stuff? Do you know what it is?
Well, babe,
You
which
like
poison
red?
are you
Here's some
taking?
red. I had him the vial of sapphire drugs.
The sapphire one? Okay.
Sapphire is
He
Blue?
takes it.
Isn't Sapphire red? Sapphire's red.
Sapphire's
blue.
blue.
Ruby is red.
Well,
Sapphire's
Clunk
blue.
thinks red is blue. Here you go.
Rubies are red, although they are technically the
In
same
character! In character! I call it red and hand it to him.
He looks up at you, looks down at it, is like, all right.
I'm thinking of Ruby.
Yep.
Yeah, what- that's-
Now, just
Sapphire
to confirm,
sounds.
just to confirm, because I don't want to be responsible for you dying here. The front or the back? How hard are we going here?
Well,
Back, your, play fight. Hit, but don't draw blood. Clunk's getting a little
Alright.
nervous now.
All right. So,
I guess I could use Mage Hand to help if need be, but that's just...
God damn.
I'm not gonna go ahead and go ahead and illustrate this story for everyone. However, Clunk, what's your like passive stealth here?
I'm not. I got decent dex. I don't have stealth, I don't think. Why is this alphabetical? It's so dumb. 13, I guess.
13. Okay. Senin and Giz. Clunk's acting a little weird. He's kind of sitting up against the wall. He was whispering with oh fuck, what's his name? Vic for a bit. Yeah. He was whispering with Vic for a minute, and then Vic turned invisible.
Oh,
That's
boy.
never a good sign.
And Clunk, can you describe, for lack of a better term, can you describe your getting ready position?
Oh my god.
I feel like I would... Okay, are there chairs and stuff here?
That is, I suppose, up to Giz.
Oh, are there chairs? That's a good question. Probably not.
I have a better
'cause I've
question.
Never,
I
I've
have
never
a
thought
way
about
better
a way for
question.
like something like that to be tied down. There
I
might be
have
like
a-
a bench attached to like the side or something.
Okay.
I have a way better question, and it's not really a question as much
Nope.
as a statement. I look at Giz and say, I gotta take a crap! Which is perfect, and what a great reason for me to take. You know what? Actually, yeah, as soon as I, like, finish talking, I kind of bend over. Just get in the position.
Well, you see what you see. Clunk declares and then squats.
Can I pick him up and take him outside? To go to the...
Just hold it out the window.
Because, like, what else could I possibly assume at this point other than additional mischief? But, like, I'm not waiting for that. Like, he's not waiting for me.
I can't believe I've come to this.
So I guess I'll make a grapple check.
I mean, is Clunk resisting being picked up?
I don't think there's a point. I'll just be like, oh, hi. Oh, thanks for
Clunk
holding
is-
me. I like the company.
Yeah, I'm grabbing you and I'm pulling you outside to A, be like, what the hell are you doing? And B, so that you also don't do it inside.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
drag
as
Clunk
as
outside.
we get outside, can I for a sec?
Go ahead.
And we're outside of earshot of Senin. I'm just like, don't worry, I'm not taking a crap. I'm just doing drugs.
You know what? I think the silence is in character. I'm gonna stick with it.
What a statement.
Just
No, it's all good.
how would I ever respond?
All right. So you just pure silence. How? So, I suppose
Like a
it's-
Nietzsche Joe stare, like deadpan face.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I need
That's
to
your
find a gift
response.
for that.
What's Clunk gonna do? Is he just gonna do it?
Yep. It's just kind of.
All right.
Where's the? Oh, there we go. Gift.
Have a bit of an idea. So, as you're kind of like holding on to him by like the scruff of his shirt, I mean, you have a really high passive perception. You fully see the outline of movement in the areas in which these drugs are being taken, followed by a stiffening of Clunk. Basically,
I'm just gonna cast Feather Fall on him and let go. Bye.
Oh, like you dropping me? I'll fly.
You can fly?
Spell.
Yep.
Oh, sure. Then I'll just drop you then. Well,
before that-
I'll wait to see if you have the wherewithal
flare.
to save yourself after whatever happens. But I am dropping you.
let's begin with a Constitution saving throw
Yeah, spicy meatball.
with disadvantage
Oh shit.
because you have taken these in quite possibly the most aggressive way possible.
Fair. Ooh, 15 and an 8, and then my modifier is decent. So 15.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that's still a fail.
Full health. That's okay.
We'll see.
Mhm.
I need
would
you to
like
roll me.
I would like to note
What?
that the point of me dropping him was to gain distance, so I'd also be moving back for whatever that's worth.
Fair enough.
Dirt.
Hey.
Okay, I just rolled. That's higher than I expected it to be. I gotta be honest. Can you roll me 6 D100s, please?
6.
Oh boy.
Dear God. Oh my God. All right. Are you able to write them down, or do you want me to write them down?
Just write them down in roll 20 if you can.
Okay, sure, that works.
Bro, you stuck
'Cause there's a
wild
couple
magic
things.
up your ass and let go.
That's not okay.
It's a little more than that.
Okay, we got a 33.
Okay.
We got a. Why am I using my mini ones? Do I not have normal size ones here? Apparently, I don't. That's hard to freaking read.
Do
73.
you need
No, I'm good. I'm not using your dice. I love you. I'm using my dice.
okay? I was just asking.
Yeah, of course. Bitch.
I
you.
agree. It feels dirty to touch another person's dice.
61. Whoopsie. 61. 6 of them?
Yes, 6 of them.
Like rolling stats.
And then
for
a
my new
D20.
character?
Kind of.
Yeah,
And then
actually,
just a
that would
flat
be a really
D20.
great disguise. I want you to throw 4d6s, drop the lowest 6 times. What for? Your new character, dumbass.
Yeah, he just disguises it as like you're making several saves. At the end, he just hands you a character sheet. It's like, what this? Oh, you died. Here you go.
And then another D, just a base d20.
Yes, then it's just a flat D20.
And then 19. There we go.
The 19 is the 20?
Yes.
Okay.
I also have it as a 3.
Oh boy.
Let's begin with the 19.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this so much of a solo explosion thing.
No,
I just
I
Oh,
am
this is
totally
great.
fine with watching this go down.
Would you have followed? You probably would have followed
For what?
to why to find out what's happening with your son.
Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, all
I don't
all
know.
you know is that all of a sudden Clunk's like, I need to take a shit, and then you see me just throw him out of basalt.
Yeah, it's
And then
like
let
literally
go.
the whole like you're like you like pick up the dog when he starts to.
The funny thing is, I would absolutely come right back in without explaining. Holy shit,
Oh
that would
my
look so
God.
messed up from
I like
anybody
Clunk,
else's
but-
perspective. I love it.
In terms of ways to go, not ideal. It's a way to go.
Okay. So for that thing, that you don't even really need to be informed about.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
Surprise to a little fuck us later.
Cool. Yup. More or less. All right. Let me put this up here so I can actually see this while I go through these numbers. So there's that. Twice.
Oh.
Wow. Can you roll me a d10, please?
Yes. Where'd it go?
This
I
is gonna
pushed it
be-
out of the way.
This could be wild.
6.
Okay. We need to discuss something. Canonically, how old was Clunk when he died?
Oh dear God!
Interesting.
Old man Clunk. Like literally. I mean, give me a quick sec. I'll look up Goblin age, but like child.
Okay. Yeah. So that could be like anywhere from. That could literally be like I think with goblins that could be anywhere from like
Yeah, because they're
1 to
fey, right?
8, 1 to 8, I think. I can't
Yeah.
remember. They don't live very long.
Oh no. Oh, give me a sec. 5e tools. Oh wait, I
Got
might have
that
this
one.
up actually.
First
Tabs.
Next up
Sorcerer,
is
feats, bestiary.
interesting. And
Races.
then
Here we go.
have-
Okay, well, there's reborn. Also, reborn might affect things a little bit.
It will slightly, but this is also extremely powerful drugs.
Okay, so one is adulthood at age 8.
Okay.
And they live for 60 years. This one says absolutely nothing. Thank you.
So
8 to 60 seems.
we'll go with the base one of like any. You will be pick an age under 8.
6. Roll the
6?
d8.
All right. Perfect.
I feel like he's really, really childish. I feel like that should be a lot smaller. Sorry, if because that would be
Probably.
like a teenager, and I've been playing him like a
Yeah.
3-year-old. And look, he's 3.
Perfect. Still young, but probably yeah. Well, he's now 9.
Oh, okay. That's
So
Your phone's
Clunk.
going off.
what do you mean my phone's
Your
going
Clunk.
off?
phone's going
Who the
off.
hell's calling?
This
Oh
is-
dear God. Sorry. Can I pause for 1 second? This might
Yeah.
be a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What's on
No
fire?
problem.
Clunk just gets bigger as he's falling. So
Okay,
it
what's
just
up?
looks like just
He's
freezes
not
for a sec.
Kind of very. Why? What?
What?
What'd you do? Do I work with? We work together tomorrow, right? Oh, you don't. Okay. Could you potentially write this down, and I can absolutely read through it tomorrow, and then we could also chat about all of it. Yeah, sounds good. Even write it down. Maybe even potentially write down a staff statement. Don't put it in. Just keep it for yourself. But okay, whatever. Yeah. Write it down, and we'll talk about it next. Sure. Have you guys both write it down real quick, because it sounds like it might be a staff statement issue, anyways. And I will potentially call you tomorrow if it's not too bothersome. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you then. Okay, bye.
Everything good?
I don't know. I was just complaining about some of the other staff, new hires being shitty. I
Oh,
was like,
fun.
that's great. That sounds like a full rant. It's the climax of drugs.
Okay, this is interesting because this one just came up. I need you to roll 2 more D100s.
Oh my lord.
I'm using an expanded wild magic list. And you
Oh
rolled
no.
a 3.
Whee! 27 and 82. Let me write those down real quick. Oh,
Okay, cool.
27, 82.
Okay. So let's start from the bottom.
Okay, so age.
27.
Oh, I had him at 3 months. He's 9 years old now.
Yes. He's
Oh,
9
because I
years
think that
old
was
now.
Goblin.
Yes.
9. Or like when he was Warforged, because he was only a few months technically.
27. Okay. So Clunk, as you fall, several things begin to occur to you. You begin seeing flashing colors, seeing crazy images of things in your mind. You're not quite sure what they are, but as you look down at your hands, you see them kind of curl up and into fists. And as you kind of bunch your fists, you feel them harden into solid iron.
Oh.
Your hands are now iron fists.
Dude,
You
I
cannot move
want
your
one of
fingers.
these things to be permanent.
to flesh.
I don't know which one,
to
but I want one
half.
effect to be permanent somehow.
You cannot move your fingers. They are just stuck in like almost petrified into iron
Oh
fists.
dear God, let me double check that flight spell. Well, okay, just to clarify, Scott, you tossed me out, dropped me. What's the?
Okay, let's see. I was piloting Basal. I heard you conspiring with Vic. He disappeared. You popped a squat. I said, I'm gonna take a shit! So I was like, oh god, he's gonna take a shit. So I flew over there real fast, pick you up, took you outside to, like, figure out what's going on. Then he looked up at me. He's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna take a shit. I'm just gonna do drugs. There was a beat of silence, and then you're like, and then I dropped you. I think that's what happened.
Okay. So I guess at the drop, I probably would have cast fly, but that might run out, and that might be awkward.
Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about that because as your hands turn into iron fists, you feel this sensation that you could just think about somewhere and you could appear there.
God.
I think about back inside.
God damn it.
Everyone inside as oh god, this happens
Oh
in
my
like
God.
a split second. So
Alternate reality. I think about wherever. What's his nuts? What's
Cyrus?
Cyrus is, and just punch you in the face.
the choice is yours, but I do need
No,
a decision.
no, that's the inside the.
Okay. As so for everyone inside the little cabin inside Basalt Saddle, you just witnessed Giz drag Clunk outside and basically drop him off the edge of the saddle, walk back inside, not say anything, and sit back down. And as you kind of consider the question of what just happened, there's an eruption in the center of the room. And you are all showered in a variety of food that seems to erupt out of a point in space in the middle of the room. It's all the quote. I'm going to quote this here. Arriving at your location in a burst of delicious foods. So, there's a variety of foods. Yep.
Here's
a
the
variety
question.
Of foods explode
Foods
out from
that
the
are typically considered delicious, or food that Clunk specifically would think is delicious? These are two
Like a
completely
Clunk.
separate lists.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably Clunk influenced.
Okay, so there's just like wheat, a bunch of like leaves,
Tea
tea
leaves.
leaves, not tea
Oh
leaves,
my
like
God.
normal leaves that he was turning into quote unquote tea leaves. Some bones,
Alcohol, probably.
like, oh yeah, tons.
Other
Maybe
drugs.
other drugs. Yeah. Like
drugs.
organic,
Alcohol?
non-edible
Oh.
materials.
Don't say alcohol. Are you kidding me? Here? On a fucking ember rock? We're gonna blow up!
I see me ball. Definitely alcohol. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Basalt will be fine, but we
That's
won't.
wild. That's wild. Okay. So, yeah, you all. There's just an eruption of these food
like a
and
dumpster.
non-food materials that just pop into the center of the room, and in the middle of the pile is Clunk, who looks older, like a lot older.
Oh yeah, I'm an adult now. I'm an
Yeah,
adult.
Clunk is now an adult.
That's weird.
His fists are also made of metal.
Should I do a strength to see if I can like lift those?
Oh no, you can lift them.
Okay.
But his fists are made of metal. Let's see, 27 taken care of. Next, that was 33. Next up on the list here, 19. Oh, that was the D20. That's already
Yeah,
taken care of.
19 was the D20. 73 was the second D100, if that's all.
Yes, 73.
So 33 was both of those?
33 I have split up between 33 and 34.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
2 of them.
Oh.
So you'll discover what 34 did, maybe at some point. But next up is 73. Can I
think
get
should be-
everyone to roll a?
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, Clunk, what's your
Spell save?
Yeah, what's your spell save?
Oh,
Well.
decently high. I think it's like an 18. Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay. All right.
What's the save though?
The
What's that?
save is a wisdom save.
Ooh, I might stand a
Looking that
decent
up.
shot at that then.
That's cocked. Roll that again.
Oh,
That's
come
an
on.
8.
Oh god, I gotta roll one for Talon.
Oh, perfect. 19 on the dice. 23. Yeah, I was about to ask about Talon a little earlier.
Talon also rolled a 19 on the die.
Kirsten's has
bro,
a 9.
of all the people
Nine.
that don't know what the fuck is going on, like
19.
him times 4.
Yup.
Just cruising altitude, and then Clunk goes, ah, la, 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 la.
Okay. Actually, you all rolled really well. I believe everyone saved, except for
Kirsten got a
Senan,
9.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Senan, you are just overwhelmed by this. All of the changes that are happening, all of the chaos, all of the food-like materials that just erupt out of the room. Clunk's an
boy.
adult now. You are terrified of whatever this thing
That's fair.
is that is Clunk as an adult.
So like Clunk is
Well-
evolving. Bam, 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 bam. It's just chaos.
Only backwards. Back to a machine.
Oh, that would
Uh,
actually be
while-
hilarious.
Yep. While you are frightened in this way, you must take the dash action and move away from Clunk by the safest route on each of your turns.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's
Unless
safest
there
route,
is
because
nowhere
otherwise
to
it'd be the
move.
door.
Unless there's nowhere to move, which is very likely. You're probably backed into a corner.
Yeah.
So you're just absolutely horrified of everything that's happening right now in a corner, cowering.
Gotcha.
That's my boy. Oh no,
I'm
my
just
boy.
gonna look at Clunk and say, man, how long was that fall? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay, that was 73. Next up is... Oh, I missed 61.
No, it's okay. We can just skip over a few.
Oh, because there was 2 33s. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
I rolled 33
Um,
twice. Damn.
Yeah, for
So,
rolling 6 numbers out of 100, that's pretty slim.
So, another reason why you might be terrified is Clunk's eyes are like disco balls right now. They're glowing multicolored and like
Gotcha.
strange colors.
Nice.
Which
Joy.
that's just one of the thing that's happening. That was 61. 73 was fear.
Oh,
82
I know,
is the last
I know
one.
exactly what pill that was. That was from Binding of Isaac. I can see forever.
I can see forever.
82 doesn't do much. So
Sad.
Yeah.
So the 34 is unknown. What about the 36 and the 03?
36 was the age.
Oh, okay. 03
3
is unknown.
was roll again twice. Yeah. So, yeah, you have several effects that have come into effect on you, I guess. Not really another word.
Yeah, I hate when I have to do that too.
Yep. 82 is just for reference. You can take an additional action immediately.
Oh.
Dude,
You still have one more drug.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. How would you describe my mental state right now?
What mental state?
Probably something like, whoa!
Okay, ooh,
Yeah.
range 60 feet, 20-foot cube. Well, this is fine. Nathair's mischief. Just
boy.
in the room. 20-foot cube. And draconic. Oh, it's concentration. So one of you should definitely, like, out of character, one of you should definitely
Question.
slap me so I
Does
break it.
that have a somatic component?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I don't think you can cast that anymore.
Yeah, you do have fists made of
Let me
steel.
double check if that's one of my special spells.
Okay.
That'd be on my character sheet. Actually, it is not.
Oh, well then there we go. Wait. Oh, so. Yeah.
So, clunk clunk. Ugh. I try to and just
Yeah,
frustrated.
Clunk, you are
you just try and you can't
experiencing-
get your fingers to bend. That must be
Yeah.
very distressing.
Yep. Clunk, you are experiencing what can only be described as a feeling of full body paralysis whilst also aging several years in a minute. You are going through life experiences that you believe are happening to you. You're experiencing things that you believe are happening. You are in full-fledged deep throes of just the craziest high.
Oh, it's
Puberty
kind of like
happens to
Rick and
you
Morty.
all at once. It's a singularity.
Yeah.
All of it just
It's like
condense,
that Rick and Morty
concentrated.
where there's like the game that's like this.
Yep.
Like they basically
Literally,
think
you're
they're
No,
this
being
real
roided
life.
right now.
Yeah.
You are being roided right now.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like just slamming my fist in the ground and going, ah! would
Is
be
that
kind
what
of
he
the
took?
end of
Roids? Sorry, that's just such a good joke.
Yep, it is. Are you actually gonna slam your fists on the ground?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll the hit, I guess, with disadvantage because you are poisoned.
6. Base stat, no modifier.
6 doesn't hit.
So what? I missed the floor.
As you go to swing your fists to the ground, you like your new height, your new like the
yeah,
weight of
fair.
the fist kind of throws you
Oh, yeah,
off,
height.
and you swing and kind of like everybody else, you just watch as he swings and like full follow through, misses the floor and just kind of like throws himself backwards onto the ground, kind of like the video of the dude in the kitchen as he throws the bag of trash up over his shoulder and then just gets whipped by it. That's what happens.
Oh, yeah,
but
I
with
know what
his
you're talking
fists.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of
I
what happens,
see.
but with his fists.
I'm now 4 feet tall instead of 3 1.
Ah, nice.
So I looked up a adult. And that's 4'0", I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, very, very, very fair.
I will say, because of the multicolored eyes too, you're seeing the world in just a complete rainbow of colors.
Technicolor.
Yep.
I'm a bird. Ah! Yeah, I think that's kind of like the reactions I'm taking at that point until the fists uncurl.
After
yeah.
the first minute, go ahead and roll me another con save.
Oh dear God. Disadvantage?
No, this one's normal.
Okay. 17. That's like a 24.
Okay. The effects don't fade, but they level out. the world goes from hyper fast motion into a more normal motion, and you feel, I don't want to say comfortable, but you feel like content. Your fists, I will say, do revert back to normal. Your hands come back to normal.
I'm gonna roll a well, I want to try that spell, but I don't exactly want to just pick like haha friendly fire boom. The effects are definitely more like, yeah, it's like blinded, charmed, incapacitated, difficult terrain. It's not like a boom boom fireball. But I'm gonna wisdom to see if I'm still
Oh god, I forgot. Can you roll a saving throw for Basalt?
Oh, sure.
Basalt
okay.
was technically in range of the fear.
It's a wisdom save?
Yep.
18.
Let's see. I have to look up a... Oh, 18? No, I didn't make that.
Oh no.
Basalt had begun freaking out a little bit, and as the high began to settle, so too did Basalt.
No.
And Senin, you level out as well. You're no longer afraid of Clunk, as
An adult.
he's a little more morose now. He is no longer completely freaking out. He seems to have some semblance of control again.
Yeah, I'm like picking at my fingers, like woohoo. I'd have like body hair and stuff.
Senin is gonna like berate Clunk up and down, like.
I'm gonna make an intelligence or wisdom. What roll should I make to see if Clunk really like what's the word? Does some soul searching and decides to give up his life of crime and drugs, except only the drugs. Crime will probably still persist, but
I don't know. Roll a d2.
Could you roll me a D3 real quick?
I don't have
If you
D3
do it
right
on roll 20,
oh,
you
actually, I
can
do.
just slash R or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
you do have a d3. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I have two different versions actually. One.
Clunk. In short and simple terms, what is the one thing that Clunk wants more than anything in the world right now?
Cyrus dead.
Fuck.
No way! No freaking way!
Wait a minute.
No.
No!
Did you just kill him?
Wait.
You have to find out, I guess.
Oh my god!
Bro.
That's
That
wild.
evil laugh.
Well,
Even at her, he's unkillable somehow.
well. Let's just say be careful what you wish for.
Oh my god. He's just an undead now. It's just a lich. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna monkey paw it that bad, but
Oh my god.
Tyrus is dead, which means any contingencies that he may have had have come into play.
Is he actually?
Oh, crap.
Damn, bro.
Sorry, like actually?
That was your one wish.
Just fucking wishes him dead.
I'm gonna. With that,
None of us would even know that, would we?
Does Clunk like have anything?
No, Clunk. I think the extent of which Clunk would understand what just happened is that he probably had a vision of Cyrus in this like weird Technicolor reality and was just like, I wish you were dead. And then
Yeah, like, it's
Clunk
just
died,
kinda-
or he died in your vision.
So like when Clunk comes out of it, Clunk's just smiling, and I guess he has a correct reason for doing so. Oh my god, I can't wait to like roleplay that out and figure that out in character, because that's.
Holy shit. Okay.
I don't care
So
about the
you use-
contingency. I don't care about any of that shit. Yeah, do I level up?
Man, like, Serena and him were finally like, why didn't we just stay out of each other's business? And then a few days later, he just fucking drops dead out of nowhere.
Like
Actually?
Death Note. Oh, no.
Oh
This is gonna happen even better
Oh, great.
because there's a contingency to wish.
Ooh.
Well, there's a little point to wish that I'm gonna utilize for this.
Oh yeah, the whiplash, the wish
Ah.
slash.
Not exactly, but one of the things you can do with wish is undo a single recent event by forcing a reroll of any roll made.
Oh.
So, as of this point, everyone here believes that Cyrus never made it out of prison. Cyrus never escaped
Oh.
Haruk's capture.
Oh.
Oh,
He
so
died there.
history
Everyone is
rewrote
aware.
to kill him in that event.
That's
Reality
awesome.
reshapes itself to accommodate this new result.
So I just retconned.
Just retcon.
Clunk, in a drug-fueled rampage, reshaped reality, and everyone here now believes completely that Cyrus has been dead for about a week.
Gotcha.
What a
You know
while.
what?
What a
That
while longer.
that's gotta make Giz happier, because that means like the last thing
Yeah,
that happened to Cyrus was I jumped off the building to punch him in the face
no
with free fall.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's the ending I wanted for Cyrus.
Oh,
And that's now the ending that was.
Yeah,
That's how that happened.
that's the canon ending.
I just look back and like at Giz. I'm like, yeah, man, that was an awesome punch, wasn't it? Just have a little like,
No.
Oh my
So to
God.
reshape the reality of events that have occurred since then,
Oh yeah, like
Because
you
there are a couple
never-
things.
so
Yes.
we did kill him then.
as far as you're concerned, he is dead.
Wow.
So, to reshape some certain events that may have occurred, the party that was involved in negotiations in Zalargo that you saw
Yeah.
did not consist of
Him.
Cyrus. However, you could have been confused by that because it was of an older man that looked eerily similar to Cyrus. You would presume that it's probably his father.
Uh-oh.
Makes sense.
That's no good.
The dreams you've received have been reordered to no longer
Ah.
include Cyrus. However, did include simply Serena, promising vengeance for what you did to her brother.
Yay!
Now we get the boss's
Enemies!
sister.
Oh yeah, because now whatever Cyrus was talking about, like the wrath that was gonna befall us if we did kill him, whatever he was alluding to, that's gonna happen.
We're gonna find out. F around and find out. That like, but you caught the zero hesitation. Like, what is his biggest wish? Oh, Cyrus dead. Like,
Oh yeah, like if you guys
So,
Giz, he would have
did-
answered the same
did-
thing.
did Senin still die, or was that? Yeah, that was after he got away, right?
Yes. Senin, let me
Yeah.
try to remember this. Senin had
Ooh.
died in the first encounter there.
Yeah.
He had escaped. I'm trying to reorder the events.
Yeah, because that's when I
Yes.
got. No, that was like the second encounter or something. Because
Yes,
that's when
it
he
was.
he like ripped out the Warforged body.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So
What does that do to Clunk?
Yeah. What?
Yep.
Cyrus
is
didn't
still-
exist to change him.
Oh.
Well, that encounter was prior to when Cyrus should have died.
Oh. Okay.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Was it?
Was it?
No, I don't
No,
think it
because
was,
he found
actually,
us
right.
at the
It wasn't.
Clockwork Dragon after we threw him into the river.
Boy.
That happened
You're
I'm not
right.
gonna lie. As much as I love New Clunk, this is a wonderful way to go back to old.
Bro, like, that should 100% change him back into a Warforged. He would have never been killed that way.
I was
You're
joking about
absolutely
me
right.
going back into a Warforged.
Yeah, no, that encounter never would have happened. Cyrus never
Holy
would
shit.
have. Oh my.
Like, if we really want to do the
So I
whole, like,
didn't
you know, what's the
die.
closest reality, we could have just kind of shoehorn, or not we, well, sort of, everyone's a storyteller, but definitely DM, what's her name, Serena coming and doing that
Yes.
herself.
Yeah, it's
That
depending on how you want to
is-
reality shift this.
Yes. Reality is going to take a new form, but be as close to it previously was. And realistically, this would have occurred this way if Cyrus had died.
Yeah.
You were set upon in Rukondral by Serena as well as several of Cyrus's other lackeys, people that were under him in the.
Disgruntled,
Disgruntled.
ex-girlfriends.
Jeez.
That's incestuous, but nonetheless, they would come for you. They would have killed you. They would have taken your body back.
Okay.
Jeez.
The biggest downside of that would have been having to go and make the other character again.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
for
not going to
sure.
go through that nonsense.
God, that would have been funny as hell, though.
Oh, that's interesting. So now we have more of a fear and what's it? Would we have made that agreement with her, or would she have never even considered it after we killed her brother?
No,
Which
she
agreement?
claimed vengeance
whole,
instead of a
like-
deal.
What's this?
Oh yeah, no, there's no deal of let's just leave each
Ceasefire.
other alone. There's
That happened
It's too
way
much
after.
blood.
Yeah.
so
it's-
the,
it's a
But that
the
was
vengeance.
Cyrus, so
non-aggression
it's like-
pact. Yeah, the non-aggression pact with Zelargo is still in place. However, Cyrus was the one that's just like, let's ignore each other for a while. We'll meet when the battle actually.
Yeah,
starts.
that was like truly him. So that's
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
gone.
no, that didn't happen. You are, as far as you're aware at this point in time, being actively hunted by Serena and her followers.
I mean, she killed Senin, tit for tat.
Yeah,
Like,
like
usually
most of
doesn't
the
turn
hatred we'd
wars
have
off,
for Cyrus would just be like transferred over to her because she would have done most of
Yeah.
the shit.
Yeah, that was a lot of it. That's
Yeah.
so wild. So we're just in a different timeline now,
Yeah,
basically.
that's
We
insane.
hop timelines.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You hop timelines. As far as you're concerned, the last time you saw Cyrus's body was when you hucked it off the roof and into the river. He never came back
Wow.
from that.
Huh.
That was the timeline where we did decapitate him for his blood.
Yep. Absolutely. Wow, what a shift.
Yeah, Christ, I didn't think the campaign was gonna start out
Yeah.
with a retcon.
God, Wish is wild.
Yep.
Where did Wish come from?
With
guess you
this
rolled
drug,
for it?
because you rolled so poorly, I pulled a card from the deck.
Oh!
Oh.
The deck of many things.
And it was the wish
Ah.
card, damn.
Oh.
I could've got- Yeah, because those were pretty like a lot of those were interesting, but there wasn't like anything really shattering or crazy, considering it was that many.
Yeah, I will clarify. I had also curated the deck so that nothing world breaking would have occurred,
Oh yeah,
and
except
then
for
you
the
broke
world
the
that
world anyway.
Oh my god.
That's
But like
funny.
that's absolutely what like that's like in the back of his mind at any given moment. So now that same bloodlust is just on Serena because now she killed Zenon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I still did all the drugs though. It's not gonna like retcon the act of all that. I'm really gonna...
No, no, your decisions were
Would
still
I
bad.
have would I have still done drugs if I hated someone else?
No.
Yeah, no, definitely would have. Wow, that's you gotta adjust your notes a little bit there, Cyril.
Ironically, not as much as you'd think. Like I said, Cyrus was gonna hold to his word. He was stepping back to work on his special project for a little while.
Yeah. Well, that special
that's gonna
project's
happen.
F now. Unless what's her nuts?
Yeah, I wonder if
taking
anyone
over,
else is
but
taking
not
up
that we
that.
know. We really don't know.
Who knows? We'll have to find out.
Jeez.
That was the Queen of Diamonds, also known as the Moon card.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So, Clunk pulls his pants up and just kind of sits down. I feel like at the end of the day, Clunk is at least gonna ask what drugs do now and test them on someone else. That's like no matter
Test
what.
them on
Dear
someone
God.
else. Wait a second.
Imagine the consequences of giving a wish to an NPC.
Oh
man.
no. They become the main character.
Where'd this big bag come from? I don't want to talk about it.
Jeez.
So now you gotta roll on like an encounter table to see if anything else spicy happens during this journey.
You know what? Because of the added pressure now that Serena might follow you,
Oh no.
I will
Oh,
admit
boy.
she is far more capable than Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Cyrus augmented his abilities with a lot of magic items. Serena is just a 17th level sorceress.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy.
We can take her.
Steve.
Yeah, well, just like charge and body. Like the spells are gonna be rough. They're gonna be real rough. I am a sorcerer. If I get surrounded and curb stomped, it's there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their weakness. For wizards, that weakness is damage. It's
You're
actually
not
funny.
wrong.
It's the meme, but there's a first level wizard in one campaign that I'm running, and he gets so close to dying every time he makes eye contact with a bandit.
We have a fucking Blade Song wizard in our other
Oh,
campaign.
that one has the option of being tankier though, with the whole blade thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a really cool subclass.
He kind of got stomped in the first encounter though.
Fair.
So,
Oh boy.
in his defense, he did roll really shit for second level health. But I digress. Anyway, so it occurs to me that you would also come into possession of a couple items that Cyrus had.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So,
Loot!
what a weird circumstance. Let me open up his
Drugs.
character sheet.
God damn.
Let's see what
Google Docs.
Cyrus had on him last time.
Oh my god, this is too much.
This is insane.
I hope they just appear in the poof of food. Just randomly.
It's like, oh yeah, that knife
Okay.
that I've always had. Oh, that's so crazy.
Loot.
If you guys don't have it previously, you would have a Rapier of Wounding.
No, we definitely didn't
Oh.
get that.
Right, he stole that back. Yeah, you have his Rapier of
Mhm.
Wounding.
Oh.
You have a small vial of ink that is a ghost step tattoo.
Oh, I definitely want that. Can I have that, or does someone else want that?
You can go for it.
Is that considered a? That's probably considered a what's it called?
Attunement?
Attunement.
Yes, it is.
Can I give it to Vic?
I guess it wouldn't really help
why?
Vic. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, fair. I don't know. Does anyone else want it?
No.
What's it again and what does it do?
Okay,
Oh.
so it is a specialized magic tattoo. The tattoo has 3 charges, and it regains all expended charges daily at dawn. As a bonus action, while the tattoo is on your skin, you can expend 1 of the tattoo's charges to become incorporeal until the end of your next turn. For the duration, you gain the following benefits. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. You can't be grappled or restrained,
Ooh.
and you can move through solid creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. If you end your turn in a solid object, you take 1d10 force damage. If the effect ends while you are inside a solid object,
Shunted
you are
out.
instead shunted to the nearest unoccupied space, and you take 1d10 damage for every 5 feet travel.
It lasts for 2 rounds, or till the end of your next turn.
Till the end of your next turn. So roughly 2 rounds if you activate it in the beginning of your turn.
No, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very rare item, and it has 3 charges.
And it's a vial, and yeah,
Yeah.
you just kind of like put it on like a tattoo, and then
Yes.
put it on base salt.
Now for the
Holy shit, that's an idea.
Damn.
holy mother of God, that's a
Ghost
good idea.
step rock.
Dude, we
yes,
fuck-
let's fucking do that. Holy shit, dude, that's amazing.
Yes! Dude, something
Yeah,
finally comes to take a big
absolutely.
swing at base salt.
What's the
Activate shields!
What's the rapier of wounding do?
Yes.
The rapier of wounding.
If I had rapiers, I would love to take that just as like a melee option. I really don't,
Yes.
so it's not. Gonna
It
be big for me.
is, for all intents and purposes, a standard rapier. In terms of like its properties and such, damage. Hit points lost to this weapon. Hit points lost to this weapon's damage can be regained only through a short to long rest, rather than by regeneration magic or any other means. Making
Most
it especially
healing just doesn't work really.
healing magically or regenerating does not work. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, you can wound the target. At the start of each of the wounded creature's turns, it takes 1d4 necrotic damage for each time that you've wounded it. It can then make a DC 15 con save, ending the effect of all wounds on a success. Alternatively, the wounded creature or a creature within 5 feet of it can use an action to make a medicine check, DC 15, to end the effect.
So the creature, like the person that you hit, can't heal?
Yes.
Okay.
If it was you, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ah, my hand!
No, it says the wounded creature or a creature within 5 feet of it. You just have to make... So, if you are wounded by it or someone else can aid you with it and do it themselves.
So that'd
But
be
it takes
nice
a
for
medicine check.
an enemy that's like regenerating or something. It's just like hit him with the no heals.
Yeah.
The no heals.
Yeah.
Stick.
Is it?
Dude,
I'm assuming
that would
it's
fuck.
Probably
It's a rapier.
attunement though.
It is attunement. All 3 of the items you're about to receive are attunement.
Ah, bleh.
And the last item, quite possibly the most special, is a legendary ring.
Of
It
what?
is the Ring of Spell Turning.
Ooh.
Spell turning.
Yep.
Is that what
While
he used on
wearing
us a
this
while back?
ring, no, that was just actually his what's it called? His arcane rogue ability,
Oh.
the spell
Oh.
steal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This was something similar, but not quite as immediately useful. While wearing this ring, you have advantage on saving throws against any spell that targets only you, not area of effect spells. In addition, if you roll a 20 for the save and the spell is 7th level or lower, the spell has no effect on you and instead targets the caster,
Oh,
using
damn.
the slot level, spell save DC, attack bonus, and spellcasting ability of the caster.
Bro, that's just an Uno reverse card right there.
So, for reference, you get advantage on saving throws against those spells, and if you manage to roll a 20 on them, you straight up Uno reverse it into their face.
Damn.
Noise.
That's a fun
Guri,
one.
that might not be a bad one for you. Definitely one of the often weak points of barbarians is just
Yeah,
getting
spell targeting.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially with
getting
single
hit
target
from that.
ones.
Yeah, that'll give you like
Okay.
some insane
Because
survivability.
didn't you have something similar to that? Like, what do you have? I mean, it's your thing by all means. I'm just
I don't really have much now that I look at it. I got let's see. Braces of defense, javelin of lightning, necklace of adaptation.
Nicholas.
And I also have Perip of wound closure. So I have 3 that are technically attuned to me right now. But I don't really have anything else.
I don't think that is the javelin attunement 0.
The javelin
Is
is
it?
not.
Okay. I was like, oh no, I used it wrong this entire time.
So if you want that Guri, I would definitely
Okay.
out of character. That's
I'm
a
down.
decent idea. But it's
Okay. If nobody else wants it, I'll take it.
Kirsten, you good?
Yeah, as much as like the rapier would be nice, I kind of like what I've
You got your setup, yeah.
got.
And even with like the level 7 evasion, like that's gonna kind of already help you a lot. A little bit of overlap there. Not a ton, but a bit. Dope.
Well, I mean, about
Barbarian
the
can't be
the
spell
sword of
sniped.
wounding.
Oh, you don't want that either?
I don't like because I like what I've got.
Yeah, fair. If it wasn't attunement to be a nice melee option for you.
Yeah.
The sword's definitely gonna be too big for Vic, eh? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Well, we can always sell it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sell it somewhere, just not.
We can also just give it to Haruk. Be like, yo, give this to your assassin,
Holy
bro.
shit.
Oh. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh no, never
Yeah.
mind. Okay. Sorry, I was reconsidering the entire reason you guys went into that compound in Zalargo, but yeah. Because you went in to get this item, but for reference, you went in to get the original. This one was a fake. Not a fake, but a recreation of it.
Oh, the wounding knife. Yep, rapier. Oh, okay. But yeah, because we did get the original. This is a, and we know that this is a reproduction.
And even if we have the item, he'd still want the deed, so.
Yeah. Oh, we could have potentially finessed and given him the fake.
Oh well.
Yeah. Would we have done that?
No.
No,
I don't
you really
think so.
wanted that armor. You probably
Yeah.
wouldn't want to risk it.
That
I'm just
is fair.
hypothetically in it. You usually don't get to like actually hypothetical and consider
No.
this level. Now we just need to have that same thing happen like 3 more times. We take out the whole Decaneth family.
I
I have another vial.
No.
Kidding.
Oh boy.
Kidding. I'm surprised. I was actually like, with all that
That's
reaction, I was like prepared for death. I mostly prepared myself for Clunk to go pop.
Bye bye.
Oh.
There's
That would've
just
been
such
funny.
a joy in making new characters. It's like never really like a no, like it could be a somber thing, obviously, but not like a. Anyways, sorry. I'm.
So the entire world reorients around you.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Would we have a little bit more experience for the kill compared to the? It's not worth it. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, it's being a
I gave
dirty
you full
player.
experience for that.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
it was
because we
still
basically did.
Yeah. He escaped because he managed to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, any
Like-
XP we would have gotten for killing him, we'd lose again for not going through the second encounter.
Yeah. Well, we did. It was just with Serena.
So everything stays relatively the same.
We just
However,
got more spell blast.
as all of this occurs,
Man, that would
this
be
is interesting. Hold
dope
on.
to see, like, a actual, like, you know, frame by frame montage of like Senan getting stabbed with a wounding knife, and then just backpedals to Serena going, I don't know, freaking power word kill, and like shit like that. Just seeing all the like.
I mean, I can tell you. Would you like to know how Serena would have killed you?
Yeah, I
Sure,
mean,
I'm
it would be
curious.
knowledge what we'd have on
Yes.
her fighting style and shit.
Yep.
I mean, sorcerer, but
Sure. Serena. Whoopsies.
oh lord. Oh, that's a. Oh my god. Oh.
Well, there's a
What?
little
50 charges.
for reference. Each spell costs a different amount of charges. But yeah, that's the
She
staff
got
of the
a
Magi.
fancy staff.
Magi, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she got fancy staff.
Damn.
She's also got a Bloodwell vial and a ring that I think one of you. Does anybody here have a ring of mind shielding?
Ring
No.
of mind shielding. Oh, I think I do actually. I don't think I identified
Yeah.
it though, because I have a ring and wand with magic runes on it.
I have. It's been so long. I have no
Explodes.
idea what those were from.
I think they were from that. They're kind of nestled in amongst other stuff that I have from around then.
All right. But yeah. So. Oh, I'm sorry. You also would have gotten his gold.
Hey!
I'm going to roll a thing, and we're gonna multiply it by a thing.
I love things.
Let's do. Oh God, he's so rich.
Plane shift.
We'll go.
What the fuck?
You know what? Does somebody here want to roll me a d20, and then we'll
Waha.
roll based on
What?
that.
Nat one.
No.
All right. All right. You guys got about 3,800 gold from him.
Damn. Oh, what's that
Holy.
divided by? 38 is 15, 19. Half of 19 is 5. Oh, dear God. Screw it. I have a calculator right here. I'm not doing weird numbers.
3,800 gold. Split it up.
3,100 divided by 4. We each get 950 gold.
Sweet.
I'll take it.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Okay. Now for what she
What?
killed you with. Let's see. How epic would she have gone?
How angry would she have been?
Quite.
Yeah, we killed her brother.
Okay. Yep. So she would have used.
Man,
she would have
this
used.
this staff is such a boss.
It is.
Like an explosion. You have a 50%
Mhm.
chance to instantly travel to a random plane.
Oh yeah. So Serena would have used Incendiary Cloud, which is an 8th level conjuration that basically engulfs an area about 150 feet tall by about 20-foot radius. So about fireball size, but straight up. And it does about 10d8 fire damage on a failed save.
Oof. Which I mean, deck save as rogue. But
Fuck, you're right. Hold on. I forgot she can dex save. That changes things.
this is so fun between a couple DMs just like nitpicking how the whole thing gets retconned. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yep. Okay, it's not quite as
Table.
fancy, but she would have 8th level disintegrated you.
Mm.
Actually, she would have done that, and then she would have twinned it and done it again.
Mm. With twinning, can you hit the same person twice?
Second creature. Okay, she would have twinned it and hit somebody else. That could
I guess
explain why
maybe
Clunk
me.
died too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you both
And
would have been
she probably could have
disintegrated.
had some sort of mind control one on me.
Oh yeah, she's got mind control abilities.
Yeah.
Coming from that family, she's manipulative. Don't worry about it.
Oh, if I want that staff.
It's very good. But yeah, so yeah, she would have used disintegrate.
Yeah, that's fair. Kirsten's upstairs doing something right now. She sort of announced when she was leaving, but it's upstairs. But I think we're good beyond that. Let's go to the jail.
Just a casual update on what disintegrate can do. I just rolled it for 68 points of damage.
Yeah, that would have got the job done. Let me roll a casual deck save for her. 6. I don't know if that would have gotten up there actually. What am I
Probably
looking
not.
at here? Can you show me like a better image of this? Something about a goblin, whatever.
Yeah. Damn it, no. Disintegrate wouldn't have worked either, because that actually, like, destroys your body.
Some sort of big old magic spell
Yep.
at the end of the day.
She have a... Yeah. It would have been big, it would have been epic, it would have been dangerous.
Goblin Sands. Oh, that's enough internet for me.
Anywho.
Today.
Well, if we want to take a quick minute for a break, this would be a good time now that reality has changed.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a break and come back to reality part
The
2.
new
Electric
world
Boogaloo.
of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyrus is dead.
Whoa! I got him, guys. I'd like to imagine in World 1 for just a sec, he would have realized, like, I got him, and then just like, and just reality 2.
Instead of Cyrus seeing his entire life flash before his eyes, he sees his entire future be ripped back. To the moment of his death.
Ooh. Oh, damn. All right. God, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to roll for something. Hey, Clunk?
Yes. We're
Gaining-
still going through some details, and then we're gonna take a quick break.
The last detail we're going to go with, because I just rolled a natural 20, is you get a new voice in your head.
Oh my god! What? No. I'll kill myself.
Oh my god, that makes so much
What?
sense.
I'll die.
What?
Whose voice?
He did have that on him, didn't he?
It's Cyrus's.
Oh no.
Why? No!
What?
Oh fuck.
What do you have on?
I think I know what's going on.
I think so too, because this happened before.
Sort of, but not exactly. This is more so a very strange effect of the fact that you just changed the entirety of the world.
Oh. Clunk's gonna tell Vic and if there is an Eldritch brain in there somewhere to just keep him shut up. How are you still playing him? We erased him from this timeline and you're still playing him, but now concentrated in my brain.
No, I joke. You don't have a new voice in your head. However,
Oh.
you do hear as the effects go in, you hear the familiar voice as he says,
Oh, you gotta get the little monologue. Yeah. Okay.
"Well played."
I feel like he'd do a little like Fortnite dance with a little L on his forehead. Just like...
You can imagine whatever you want, but all you hear is him say, "Well played."
Oh yeah, that's damn. That is not how I was expecting that story to end.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting us to start back with everything that we did changing. Whew.
What do we write as like epitaph? Died because somebody else shoved drugs up their ass.
No kidding.
Well, I mean, that's only for people who know.
That's true. Kind of no one. I guess maybe some god figures, some like god of time that like notices the shift. Is like, oh,
Oh, there are several powerful creatures that just felt that.
oh shit.
Including but not limited to Clunk. You would probably be the only person in the party that has knowledge of what just happened.
What level of knowledge?
I would say that when you come down from your high, you think you just imagined it all.
Imagined what? Like
Imagined the change. You think you're still in the original timeline. Clunk just stepped across a boundary effectively and still thinks he's back in the first version of the world.
oh damn.
shit.
That's oh my god. I feel like there would be no reason for me to say anything right then and there, but like next time he comes up in conversation, or Serena,
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, hey, we don't know anything about Serena. We haven't even hardly seen her.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a very interesting conversation.
Everyone just
Right.
slowly turns around. It's like, we haven't. What?
He killed you.
She,
We killed him.
they, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's reality.
Yeah, that's fucking
Holy
wild.
shit.
Oh, that's such a great story too. That's such a great D&D story. One time my character put drugs in his butt and ended up killing with a maiden villains.
That is a good story. Straight up. I took anal drugs and I won.
It seems like clickbait, but it's really not. We need to actually type this out and put this as a Reddit story.
Straight up.
Oh god.
Holy crap.
Yeah, amongst multiple effects, amongst them a wish spell, which my character used because he hated the bad guy. He's like, I want him dead, and so he was.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So that happened.
Yeah.
And we'll pick back up as Clunk kind of sits back down and the high levels out as he just went through all of his reality basically flashing before his eyes in the matter of
Bro
about 30
literally took drugs so hard that his entire world got rocked. Literally.
seconds. Straight,
Literally.
A literal
Straight
description.
Mhm.
you asked for the good shit.
At the Rick.
No kidding.
God damn.
I have another vial of this.
You
No,
do.
you have a different vial.
I have a slightly different. It's the same
Oh.
value, probably slightly different effects, but that's the scale. That's the scope
Yeah.
right now. At
We're
the end
all
of the
just
day,
shattering
so
drugs.
is Clunk aware of the wish, or just more so the effect?
He's aware of neither.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in his
We're all
high stupor,
shattering drugs.
but this is still Clunk Cyrus alive brain
Yes.
currently in this world.
Yep.
But y'all are not
All
gonna
Clunk-
believe any of it because I just tripped out hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all think that
Oh.
Yep.
I imagined that, but
we
I'm
will
right.
never believe you. There's no way we could.
There's no way you will.
Yeah.
And because that's way more believable that Clunk just tripped out and like amnesia to small event compared to Clunk tripped out, changed frickin' reality, and you're all incorrect. I mean, technically you're correct in this timeline.
Yeah. We're all just like, oh, so they were
It's so
hallucinogens. You're like, no, you don't understand.
Yes, but also no.
Oh my god. I'm stunned. Like, good way stunned, but also stunned. Okay, I'm gonna breathe.
Yeah, no,
Go-
me too.
Go,
We're back.
go take a
Take a
five.
quick 5. That's holy shit.
Thought
What a way.
process.
unexpected.
Mm-hmm. And believe me, oh, I remember when my brother's D&D character, there was a dragon that was gonna come and like a corrupted dragon or something that was gonna come and destroy the land we were in, and somehow my brother remembered that a dragon had flew over, like over top of us as flavor text at one point, and my brother sent a scroll of sending or scroll of message like talk to the dragon and basically asked this dragon like, hey, another dragon is encroaching on your territory and is going to destroy it, will you come help us fight? And yeah. So we had a dragon on our side. Yeah?
Great.
Nice.
No, you eat the last of it.
I gotta say, like, as a DM, putting in those little flavor elements is so much fun. Especially when a player, like, latches onto one and is like, but you said this, I'm gonna do this. So fun to be like, yeah, you
The
know?
session ended pretty quickly after that because the DM was like, okay, well, I need to go plan this now. Yeah, it was great. I might have to go text it in that group chat.
I forgot to clip it. I'm so sad.
That's such a wild outcome.
It is.
Yeah, I won't lie, 100%. I fully was not counting on Clunk to change everything.
Be realistic.
I could tell because you went dead silent for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, you also did that. The very sigh
You
thing.
were thinking way too much to be able to say anything.
Yep. Because, like, fundamentally as a DM, I hate saying no. So my immediate thought was,
Shit.
how does this work?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of fun when it's like a yes and.
Absolutely.
Or it could be a yes but.
And that's kind of where we ended up with, like, looking over the wish spell. I was like, okay, this could work if we just go back to a point and change it. You know, either he's dead originally, somebody made the change and, like, flat out, you know, took his head, or he never made the save to get out of the river. Like,
Something happened. Because
Something.
we had nearly killed him at that point. Like, he should have died.
Mhm.
he absolutely
That's-
should have. Feigned death saved his life. Like, flat out, he would have died if you'd been quick enough to, like, stop him from taking the extra bit that feigned his death.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like the canon ending of us just broing down with Haruk on the roof.
hell yeah.
Watching
It's
his
so
body float away in the
funny.
sunset.
Yep.
It is
So,
so funny
it's so-
that, like, he would have died, but he didn't. But then he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
like he
my.
lucked out so hard to not die there, to ultimately just die there anyway.
That's kind of why I picked that moment. I was like, there are several moments
very
where, like,
fitting.
you could have done something. I was like, but what would be the best moment? Well, I think the most unsatisfying moment for the party was, oh no, he's not dead.
It was interesting.
Oh yeah, it was a great arc.
It was.
but I'm also glad that we could fucking corrupt time for it.
I will say it does put certain like background activities into a very different place
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, it's safe to say he was a pretty high level individual working for a house that dealt with a whole lot of magic. It's very likely he had contingencies for his death,
Yeah.
but a wish spell is very hard to overcome.
Yeah. that is like the contingency for contingencies.
Yeah.
Oy. What background activities would have changed?
Not all that much. I'm sitting on something that we'll come to in a second when we get back
Oh.
to the game, because I rolled for it, and one way or another, Talon is aware of what just happened.
Oh. That's very interesting.
Oh.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's maybe because Cyrus had to do something with his gun breaking in the first place. That'd be an interesting tie-in.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Because that would kind of maybe explain how he would know, other than the fact that just he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Are we waiting this on?
I think we're waiting on Jeff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right back, but I can hear you guys just hovering over.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Also, Choco, no, I did
Yeah,
not yet.
there-
I'm gonna do it after D&D.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Because I don't want to like get up and run in the middle of something.
Fair enough.
And we don't have a ton longer to go.
Okay.
I don't know where everybody else stands, but I was planning to end at a good stopping point somewhere around like 9:30 to 10, so in about an hour to an hour and a half. Oh yeah, Jack was sleeping in your chair.
You let them in the room?
Of course. Why not?
Well, especially since I didn't get to feed them. I figure they'll be pooping and peeing all over the place.
Why would they be doing that?
Mm.
Yeah, they're not.
ever gonna get Corncastle?
I did, but I just ate upstairs. So.
Mhm. No. What?
Jorf present.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Hello.
Welcome back.
that's
A lot?
a lot. Is this everyone? Or are we still waiting for?
Scott was back in the
Yeah, if you can still hear us, we're good to go when you are, Roost.
Are you still going through that?
Yeah, the rest should be easier than this is all the deck blah 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 boring part. The water part. Pfft.
But yeah. For reference, the drugs you've received, the reason they're different colors is because they're just a different mix of extremely hard substances. Why there's so many different effects that just kind of hit you.
Yep.
They just took like raw magic shit and were like, let's do this all together.
Makes sense.
So, various colors will also have various extra effects. For example, Sapphire was you got to draw on the goddamn. Hey, welcome back.
Well, magic table
Sapphire-
6 times.
No, I think.
No,
that the
magic
main
table
thing?
is going to be any time you ask for this specific blend. The reason why you got the very special wish out of this one was because of the color.
Sapphire. 'Cause you gotta draw.
The silver one has something else. That
We'll
it could
find out what
potentially
that
do.
is.
Yep.
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just use it on someone else. Spike someone's drink with it.
I mean, you do that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever happens, it'll happen. All right.
All right. Well, if everyone's back, let's get this going for another hour or so and see where we end up. So, as Clunk sits down, settling into what he believes to be nothing new. Everyone else, I would say in this moment, you get a faint twinge of a headache as your entire memories reorient slightly. You feel a sense of discomfort, and I would say that you're definitely going to be experiencing occasional like Mandela effects of having thought something had happened a certain way, but it not having happened that way.
So when they come up, we think of it, we're like, wait, that should be different, shouldn't it?
Yep.
We'll be
However,
working on
as
this
everyone-
retcon for sessions.
As all of you are experiencing this kind of strange moment, Talon looks relatively unfazed. He's writing in his journal, and you see his eyes
Oh,
go
is it really?
very wide as he reads something from the journal and looks over at Clunk and just says, "Are you all right?"
His eyes went wide when that whole thing happened, or
He
A
wrote
few
it.
moments after. A few moments
moments
after,
read.
as
Something in his journal, apparently.
what's
Yep.
he reading in his journal? The freaking DM notes.
Actually.
but he looks over at you and he just says, "Yeah, you all right?"
I feel like I would like to like vomit or something, but I don't even. Could I?
I'd also like to remind
Can
everyone
you?
that his eyes are still like multicolored. His he's still an adult, And just casual reminder that the room is basically flooded with a strange mix of both edible and inedible substances, including a loose moisture of ale that probably is starting to get that kind of stale beer smell going on in here.
Ugh.
Clunk requests
Very.
to vomit.
Mm.
I feel like the appropriate response would be either to vomit or just start chewing on something.
I mean, you didn't eat the drugs, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you would not
Yeah.
expel these drugs through your mouth, sir.
I mean,
Maybe the most
that-
violent
remember that
diarrhea
last
you've ever
scene?
had, but.
I gotta go. No, I don't want to shit all over the floor.
I will throw you out of my bird again.
Potty train. I'm an adult. I have adult diapers. Yeah, I would just pick up like a bone and just start
Take
chewing
it
on it.
now.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Talon looks over at all of you,
Just playing.
kind of surveying like the room, seeing what the reactions are, and then just kind of shrugs and goes back to writing in his journal.
Aw, he fits in already.
Yeah, I forgot about him there for a good minute. There's a lot going on.
Just
He
Yeah,
does
it's a
casually
lot to
say,
take in.
he does casually mumble to himself. I guess nobody noticed.
Oh my.
Yay! Wait, did Clunk hear that? Because Clunk definitely doesn't have the social cues
No,
down
no,
of
he
like
doesn't.
not be like whatever, like letting it go. Letting it
Yeah.
go is not Clunk's thing.
You definitely would have heard it. He wasn't particularly quiet.
What did we not notice?
Whatever the hell you just did.
I noticed.
Can I look at him indignantly and just say, I think we all noticed. Because, like, what
They
else
just
can I
decide to
assume?
ignore it.
It's just like,
He
'cause
looks
I
at
have to
you.
assume he's being so sarcastic, right?
Yeah. He looks at you with like narrowed eyes slightly and then just nods slowly and says, yeah.
Does he know? Like we don't even know to know. You
I think
guys
he
don't even
knows-
know that I know
think he knows
different.
more than you know. Somehow.
Oh my god. Clunk will forget that.
Senon's like, at this point,
Whatever.
Clunk does what Clunk does, and I'm not surprised. by
I'm an
anything
adult.
anymore. Yeah, you are. You were a child just a couple minutes ago. Give me some time to
I
process.
was a robot just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You were dead a
Grows up
couple days
so
ago.
fast.
He was born 6 months ago and now he's an adult.
Different form, different class, different flavor of magical
Yup.
mutation. But yeah,
Clunk
no, okay.
has evolved. So, let's a few minutes pass, and despite being extremely high and very visibly different, Clunk chills out. You will continue your flight, and about 2 hours into this flight, you begin to see the outskirts of Tarakbar's Fist, which from above doesn't look like much. It is a single, very tall, very square building. It looks like a very stereotypical fortress, including a variety of roof-mounted defenses. However, they don't appear to be defenses towards the sky. They are more ground aimed, so nothing to worry about there. However, as you fly over and you begin to see it, how would you like to approach this?
Remind me, because this was like a month ago.
Yes.
Where was the dream we were getting pelted by arrows?
That was
That was the
from the
main
Great
city.
Crag.
Okay, so that was further ahead. All right.
Yes.
I'll
I'll also remind you that that was just a potentiality, not...
Yeah, it's just more the fact that the archers are still going to be there when we arrive. Probably is the thing.
Gotcha.
So it's just more a matter of how threatening I want to appear. I guess if it's just a building, we can just kind of drop in nearby, wherever the entrance is. It's kind of something there isn't too much else in the area.
No, this is a perfectly flat plain, very empty. Tarakbar's fist sits on top of, like, the only hill in the area.
Oh, wait, do we even have... What was our business here?
To break in and retrieve the notes around the spell shop.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
okay.
fix it.
It'll take me a while before I back up the plot. But
That's fine.
yeah, all right. So we want to sneak in and steal. Do we know? Can you just refresh my memory about like all the things we know about this place? That'll be faster than me asking one by one.
It is a labyrinthian prison. It is run by the warlord.
So he would. He would have. Oh my god. I think I want to use these.
It is run by Resh Turakbar, a well-known minotaur. You have also discovered, I believe the last thing you had discovered was that there are some symbols in this place. There's some symbology and some troubling rumors that Clunk identified as being related to the fiendish overlord he had previously been party to.
Old demon dad. Sorry,
Yes.
what were the say that again? The rumors about it, or
So, in describing it to you, Talon had talked about the variety of like
symbols?
symbols that were around certain areas, and talks of what would happen to more
Misbehaved.
yes, more misbehaved inmates, and they would go to a place where they would return almost drained. Some would never return at all, and they would talk about it as the pits. They would call it the pits.
Pit.
Okay.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Every time I hear that word.
is there any like political? Because you said he was like well like known, but is he like?
He is well
He's kind
known.
of the
Um,
overseer of
he-
this area, right?
So the political structure of Drom is strange. The hags, the Coven of Hags, the daughters of Sorakel, they rule over the nation outwardly. Inwardly, each sort of area is left to whatever creature has battled their way to supremacy within that area.
Oh, right.
So,
This is each to their own kind of area.
yes, they all are expected to, swear fealty and be subservient to the daughters of Sorakel, and most of them are, all of them are outwardly. All of them are outwardly, because the daughters of Sorakel
Just kill you.
very
if you want.
carefully destroy anyone who thinks they have more power than they do.
That sounds like fun.
So, yes, the Resh Tarakbar is seemingly well respected. There's no sort of discussions of him being particularly like power hungry or greedy. It is also known, and this was also told to you, that Resh Tarakbar frequently leads raiding parties into Breland. To
Oh yeah, that's right. We kind of like this guy.
Yes, he frequently like raids Breland, especially Castle Arcane and whatever this thing is, Orbone, whatever that's supposed to be. Oh, Orcbone, sorry. Orcbone and Chevalant. They frequently raid areas that way, and are known for... they're pretty well known as collecting runaways. They're very well respected as prison guards. It's... You heard, I believe in researching a little bit, you had heard that there was a runaway. There was one person who had escaped sometime within the last year or so. But aside from that, you would not have found any particular information on anyone escaping.
All right.
It's very rare, very uncommon. As for the place itself, you would have heard and found that it is a labyrinthian prison, spanning several levels, both up and down. The deepest levels are known to be... are known to Talon as sort of approaching the pits. And in the few times he's walked by them, he's seen symbology that Clunk had recognized. And that I think someone here had rolled high enough to put a name to. A demon prince. Not a demon prince, I apologize. An overlord known as the Horned Prince. So it's believed by Talon that Tarakbar's gang, clan, whatever you want to call it, might also be operating under the banner of Cult of the Horned Prince.
Interesting.
Whether this is known to the sisters, nobody knows. You all don't know. Whether they even care, you also don't know. But,
Well, I mean, we got the Lord of Blades on our side. How hard could these guys be?
yeah. So, you can approach this however you want. However, I think Talon would advise that just flying up to a prison and asking for your shit back probably isn't gonna work. In fact, he would actually say he tried. He tried, and they basically told him to fuck off.
I mean, I don't suppose there's any reason why, like, they would want to keep it. Or is it just, like, a matter of, like, just doing business is the objectionable point?
Uncertain.
Interesting.
Talon, I believe he said that he's not sure why they kept it, but he knows they kept it. He believes that Resh Tarakbar himself was the one who kept it.
Interesting. So we need to steal from him, but it'd also be nice if he were an ally. That's complicated.
We could also entirely betray Gunslinger here to be like, yo, he was gonna come steal your shit. Here you go. Be friends.
Throw him under the bus to get Turok Bar on our side instead.
What
My
a
God.
wild way to go.
just,
Oh,
just we come back from such a long hiatus and Cyros to burn all of his notes, past and future.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll flat out say, wouldn't change all that much. Throwing him to the wolves right now.
That
would
sounds
not
like a
change
challenge.
Throwing
Hey,
him to
let's
the
go,
wolves right
boys.
now would not change as much as you think it would.
Yeah, either way.
We should have some plan of attack. I feel like we've done some like freaking
Yeah.
Mission Impossibles before, but
We could totally go in there and steal it. That's an option. But an option might also be that we can achieve this diplomatically by inciting him against the Braille as well. Fucking jump scares and chat, don't worry about me. What was I saying?
Think about the Breelish.
Oh yeah, we incite him against the Breelish, and then either he accepts that, and we use it as a bargaining chip to find the note, or he doesn't accept that, and we use it as an excuse to do surveillance inside.
not a bad idea. Especially with the change, and they can completely change her form. And I feel like in terms of
Have a good night, Shimoopy. I'll see you later. I just looked away from chat.
Good jokes, good
I don't know
jokes.
why I'm expecting it so much less during D&D than I am at any other time.
You've guaranteed at least 2 a-holes here.
True.
Oh, it's just a classic. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I feel like we should have maybe half the party go in with that, just so he doesn't know all our faces. Because we would definitely leave Talon outside.
yeah,
Right.
very, very clearly.
Talon
Yeah, you shouldn't go with
outside.
us.
Setting can go in for both because
Yeah.
changeling.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in on the diplomatic side since Clunk's way too much of a wild card?
yeah, I'll
Yes.
go in on the dip. I can go on the diplomatic
Plunk's
side.
also still high.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, they just drug test him and like the testing kit just explodes.
all of the above. I think there was
That
a
is-
dude in Mexico, like some cab driver that actually had that happen. Like literally just tested positive for everything they could test, which is probably not like everything, but like everything they could test, which is probably at least a good dozen, 20.
Achievement unlocked. How did we get here?
No joke, that's about what Clunk is on. Clunk is on
Yeah.
just a
All
mix
over the
of
drugs.
everything.
And then how about if we have me and Gurgi as the emergency dimension door whack squad on the outskirts, just chilling.
I suppose that works.
That works
Mm.
just way too well. Like it's like,
It does.
and I mean it's not broken. It's just a very quick. Wah!
So good. It's gonna be great until you do it to like in a dragon's mouth.
Yeah. Or until she just nat ones and just botches it and they're like, no!
Yep.
That'll be really funny though. It's like, special combo move, dimension door, I choose you, barbarian shoe, and then just plunk.
Whoops. All right. So yeah, Talon would definitely request to not go in. He would say that he doesn't think that he's particularly liked here.
Oh my god! You guys gotta stop.
But it's so fun.
Oh, I wasn't even playing. I don't get to hear that now. Damn it. Oh. I'll just assume it was a good sound.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good for that. If everyone's,
I'm good.
you should pick a form. Pick a new form.
Um,
You're a static changeling. Doesn't really matter.
Let's go with the short elf.
We could also just like take one of his guards and eviscerate him and have you just take the spot.
I'm gonna be a short elf.
Alright.
Cool. I'm just gonna. Before we make this decision, I'm gonna go ahead and remind you that this is a nation of mostly
Oh,
monstrous
yeah.
races.
I forgot about that.
You're meeting with a potentially fiendish minotaur.
Werewolf.
No.
There's a freaking like lycanthrope nation up in here.
You
up in this
Oh,
bitch.
yeah.
You
There's a cult
shapeshift
of
into a
lycans.
werewolf, but since the day is out, you're just a man.
No.
What?
No.
Sure.
Those are fun. I have a decent amount of Knoll minis now. I traded with a buddy of mine and it's got. I have like 9.
I'll be a
It's
knoll.
great.
Why not?
A knoll. Okay.
A good knoll.
That's actually a pretty good one. There's a group of gnolls in here somewhere. Where are they?
That's nice
Warlocks.
too, 'cause I am definitely poking at a. Oh, and then Sen, you could definitely proc your what's it called? Your psionic brain. We talk to each
yeah,
other
yeah,
thing
yeah.
again, right?
Yeah, we should
Definitely.
remember to do that way more often.
I mean, if we're just kind of like floating about,
Well, you get like one for free, like, don't you?
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
so
so
like we should
freaking
use
nice.
that way
'cause
more.
So many class options are like that. It's like you could choose this piece of shit, or this one that's actually pretty decent, and you almost never use the first two.
Yeah.
And it's like having a free one. It's like you literally might as well use it. So I actually really like that. That's a cool idea.
All right. So, what exactly is the plan? Explain it.
Okay. I'm going to land a basalt at the foot of the hill because I feel like that's probably the most like least threatening way to be like, "Hey, I'm here for you." Because like obviously they're at the top of the hill because like that's the defensive point. So like if we were gonna attack them, we would have just done that from the air.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we'll go to the bottom of the hill and see what
All
happens.
right. Perfect.
This is so weird. I have a telepathic speech that it can reach 5 miles, but only lasts 8 minutes.
That is kind of weird.
At level 9, it'll last 9 minutes. How far is your telepathy, Kirsten?
Just checking.
Because I could proc mine there too, and at least we have
Within
a.
a mile.
Oh, well, that's still plenty of space for me and Gurgi to chill out. Like
For
honestly, me and
reference,
Gurgi.
And I need
The-
to roll a dice for how many hours
The
it is.
bottom of this hill is probably like a quarter of a mile away from
Yeah.
the
a
actual
mile is
building
a
itself.
Oh, it's a bigger hill than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
a big hill, but
I'll land a little bit closer then.
I thought it was D8.
you get the vibe that I'm aiming for.
yeah,
No?
Yeah, 'cause
close
you
enough to
type
be like,
suck.
yes, we're here to
Oh,
be
it
here,
is.
but
Yeah,
not close enough to be within range
yeah,
of weapons.
'cause-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right, babe.
So me and
Well-
Gurgi could probably just kind of hang out on a hill somewhere. Maybe we make a little fire and we're just like, oh, we're camping.
It's for
You're just
5
roasting marshmallows
hours.
in the background.
Okay.
Singing the campfire songs.
Yeah, straight
God
up.
damn it. You could also just be on basalt.
But then we
That
might
too.
be seen, and that wouldn't that be a little?
Yeah,
Is it?
that's true.
Closed area. Not really an open saddle, but I digress. Nobody comes out to meet you as far out as you are. However, you do see a little banner wave near one of the entrances. That is this big, like, giant-sized sort of steel grate. That is currently down. It lifts slightly, and you see a party of minotaurs and centaurs ride out to meet you. They stop about halfway between you and the building. They're waiting for you to approach the other halfway. So,
Oh,
I
well,
presume they're probably like a couple 100 feet away is where they stop.
Yeah, I guess we'll go meet him halfway.
Cool. You
Sorry, I'm
approach.
just working on like a work thing back here, and part of it is all these weird lifeguarding stories. More than one female lifeguard suit has split open during lessons.
Really?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's
Really?
oh yeah, that doesn't faze me at all. Like it's hilarious. But yeah. Pulls are hard on swimsuits.
Is it just the chemicals in it, or what?
Yeah, I guess, and just swimsuits suck.
Oh, I imagine.
Ah!
That's
Sorry.
rough. All right. So the two that are approaching, one of you is Goblin in power armor. The other one is just a gnoll. Correct?
Yup.
All right.
Sounds about right.
As you approach, you are met by 3 minotaurs, all wearing not particularly a standard set of armor. It's a little bit kind of meshed together and piecemeal for the most part. Some like leathers that have been stitched together to form breastplates with some like studding or like some chain over them for some extra protection. Both the centaurs hold back a little bit with bows drawn. Not drawn. Bows held at the ready. No arrows knocked. Not drawn. The 3 centaurs that ride up are wearing insignias of some sort of symbol that's not particularly familiar to any of you. However, I think all of you take note of the fact that the symbol appears to be a bit of a cover. And looking past the symbol, you can see these faint sort of similarities to the symbols you saw within Talon's notebooks. It appears to be a symbol that they're wearing outwardly that does not immediately give away their particular allegiances to anyone who doesn't know. As you approach the centaurs, sorry, they're staying about 50 feet back. As you approach the minotaurs, they are all, like I said, wearing sort of sashes, or occasionally they have like a banner hanging off their belt. One of the centaurs is carrying sort of the banner person. They're holding up the large flapping in the wind banner.
Hey, Bikester, welcome to chat. How'd you make it?
But one of the minotaurs steps forward.
Seen you
And
a while. Welcome back.
He looks a little more well off than the other two. None of them look like particularly different. They're all bull-headed creatures. They're all like hairy individuals from the waist up. I think the defining features are the jewelry that they wear. All of them have nose rings. Some of them have earrings. The one that approaches you has the most jewelry, and it is made of several different materials. A gold sort of ring through the nose, a sort of red speckled silver ring through the ear, a long and heavy silver chain, and another gold ring in his other ear.
Think you still.
It's quite the drip.
Yep. But as he steps forward, he looks over you all, kind of looking past you at the massive rock, and then looking down at the knoll first, and kind of giving a slight nod to you. And then to Giz, he says, "Are you one of Gorodon's?"
We're actually all the way from Dargoon. We were hoping to speak with Turkbar about the Chator Brelish.
Hit spin on ground.
He
I mean, Chator is like a racist word in Goblin.
it is.
Nice.
He nods and just says, And what's this about? What exactly are you here to proposition for?
Hopefully, the end of them.
The two behind, you can see their like ears flick a little bit, and then the one in front that is dealing with you directly kind of holds a hand up to the other two and just says, "Well, you have my attention."
Oh, is that him?
Speak. Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get him!
Well,
Go.
we come here on behalf of Lord Haruk of Dargoon. We've caught wind that the Breelish plan on making a war against non-humans on this continent. Well, we'd like to put an end to them first.
Before he can respond, as he's about to respond, one of the minotaurs behind him kind of like stamps a foot, and it's just like, "I fucking knew they were gonna. I called it, didn't I fucking call it?"
Bro, I've been spreading this rumor all over the place. I love it.
At the end of this, what we do is we just sit back and we just
And
don't.
watch.
Yeah, we just watch. We don't
Yeah.
participate.
Oh,
all of Dvar, dwarves, goblins don't. We just sit back and watch as every other non-human race just stomps on
Honestly,
Breland, and
that
then we
would
just
be
say, "We
so
won!"
funny. Win without ever throwing a blow.
Ayo. Turok Bar looks over you all and kind of holds a hand up to the one behind him who's talking and just says, "Perhaps we can talk about this in my office."
Private quarters.
That would be wonderful.
Discussions of war aren't for the open field. Come.
All right.
And
Step one.
you begin walking up.
Hell
As
yeah.
you're walking, he says, "You're really not one of Gorodon's, then?"
I'm not sure who that is, but no, we're not from here.
He nods. "Well, he's a fire giant. When I saw the fire rock, I figured, well, association."
Oh, we should go talk to Gorodon.
Gorik.
I stand by what I misheard.
Of course you do.
It is Gorodon.
Ha!
Never mind, then you were correct.
Gorodon calls himself the Ash Lord. He's a fire
Oh,
giant, was
is-
exiled.
Oh, somebody
Clog
else
calls
was
himself-
that the guy that the other guy told me would appreciate seeing a fire rock if I was in the
Yep.
area? Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
But
Clunk
yeah.
calls himself the ass lord.
I bet he does now. He just used his ass to change history.
Oh my.
Should I count that as a civilian kill or a? I do
Yeah.
actually have a little table in my bio.
Turok Bar just kind of shakes his head a little and says, "I think he's somewhere to the south. Somewhere along the Grey Walls.
Astros
He's,
kill.
I don't follow most of them. Most of the other, warlords. But last time I heard he was down that way."
Well, perhaps I'll see if I can't speak with him too at some point.
I can't say he'd be particularly interested in Breland, but if you ever need information on Zendrick, he was exiled from there.
Exiled? What for?
He kind of shrugs and just says, There's so many stories about what it was. It's hard to tell what really it was. The popular rumor is he killed the old king, the other Fire King. I heard one that he stole the secrets on producing magical, like, fiery weapons, and so they kicked him out. Something somewhere along the lines of a rebellion. Oh, I don't know. Could all be true. Could all be a bunch of bullshit.
A person
Not really
who
many
wanted to
giants from Zendrick over here, so.
Yeah, a person that wanted to develop powerful gear but got kicked out because of their convictions? That doesn't sound like anybody I know.
But drugs
Sounds
kill
exactly like my
pirates.
backstory.
Yep, straight up. All I've heard is he's got a vengeance. He's got a bit of vengeance in him. Wants revenge. So, be interested in killing off some giants. He might be your friend, but I don't think he troubles himself with just humans.
Well, perhaps he'll trouble himself with a rock.
Perhaps. It's about this time you reach the front gate, and you realize that this really is a big fucking gate. It's about 40 feet tall.
That's a big gate.
It raises
I
about
wonder if
12
he's
feet.
compensating for something.
I was gonna say that if I wasn't being so diplomatic right now.
Or, it's a jail for monsters,
Yes.
so potentially giants could be kept here.
Yeah, I suppose. Might as well
And as you walk in-
be ready.
Yeah. As you walk in, the halls, at least on this level, are large enough for giants. You enter into a pretty large square room. It's about 200 by 200 feet by about 50 feet tall. There are 2 doors similar sized to the gate on the outside, one of which is solid steel. The other one is solid stone. Aside from these doors, there are several smaller doors along various areas here. There are doors basically built to handle any size creature that is kept here. There are also massive reels of chains in corners of the room, at the very top corners, at the very bottom corners. Chains that look like they can hold down very, very large creatures. To put it in perspective, they look like they could probably chain down your rock.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, son. let's
Not after I
kick
put
off.
those tattoos on him. I'm actually 100% gonna try that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a great
absolutely.
idea.
It's so good.
Let's go.
So, as you enter this room, there are about 15 armed and armored guards standing around this room, ranging in races and sizes from about medium size. There's probably an orc or two kind of patrolling the room, up on some like walkways and catwalks with these large, heavy crossbows. And then around the floor, there's ogres and even one what looks like
Every
stone
time.
giant.
Hello.
And then they all break out into a disco.
Kristen's dad's calling again.
Yeah, just a disco ball
Okay.
drops down from the roof and everyone starts like dancing, just randomly.
Yep. Flat out.
He's asking what's up. No, he can't hear you.
Sorry, give us 1 sec. We might be back in just 1 minute. Sorry.
Is there something like Tasha's Hideous Dance or something?
There is Odaluk's Irresistible Dance.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think that's the one. There's
Dance
someone's
till you drop.
Irresistible Dance.
Yeah, an Irresistible Dance needs to be a spell somewhere.
Yeah. let's see, who is it? Yeah, it's Otto's Irresistible Dance.
Oh, no, yeah, it makes sense.
I searched dance. Forbiddance and guidance were the first ones to come up. And then Otto's Irresistible Dance. It's a 6th level spell.
Dang. What's its,
Ooh.
what exactly does
Choose-
it do?
Let's see. Choose one creature that you can see within range. The target begins a comic dance in place, shuffling, tapping its feet, and capering for the duration.
Irresistible dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Creatures that can't be charmed or immune. A dancing creature must use all of its movement to dance without leaving its space and has disadvantage on dex saves and attack rolls. While the creature is
That's
affected
great.
by the
Oh,
spell,
wow.
other creatures have advantage on
Sorry.
attack rolls against it. As an action, the dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to regain control of itself.
Bye bye.
That's fucking
was that?
such a good spell.
My mom was giggling and
I just looked over to the chat and saw the gifs.
I've just put drugs up my ass.
And then do
Oh.
you think maybe he's compensating for something
Thanks
wild?
for
Fucking
something.
wild.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm
It's-
so
it's
glad I had that
literally
ability.
perfect.
It is.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, do you think maybe he's compensating for something? Like Shrek, just like that's the
something.
thing.
It is. Ironically, I think Farquaad's castle is a very good representation of what this place looks
It's
like.
really
It is just
hecking tall.
huge. Yeah, it is just a huge, big stone brick.
Why are there so many like games?
Yeah, and then we'll walk in there, and all of a sudden we'll hear music playing. I don't give a damn about my reputation. What's going on?
Nice.
Anywho, as you enter into this room, you see all these guards around, ranging from what look like orcs up in the rafters and catwalks, all the way through ogres, armored and wielding these large spiked clubs, to a single stone giant that is just covered head to toe in sprawling tattoos of strange geometric shapes and various sort of designs. He is wielding a massive black steel greatsword.
We
Dang.
should fight that guy.
Ooh.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Mad
For reference,
respect.
that greatsword does, what is it, 66 base damage?
Wolf.
That's a good amount of damage.
Yeah. Bigger weapons are crazy. But as you enter into this room, as I said, there's the gate on the wall you entered, and then on either side there are similar sized doors. The one to the left is made of steel, 40 feet tall, about 20 feet wide. The one on the right is made of stone, studded with metal. Again, same thing, 40 feet tall, about 20 feet wide. Straight ahead along that wall, there are several doors ranging in size based on, various heights and widths. You, however, are led straight through the middle of the room towards the middle door. To save us some time, you are led through a hallway that is about 10 feet tall and about 10 feet wide. It travels through a absolute labyrinth of twists, of turns, of different stairways up and then stairways down. It's difficult to maintain your bearings as you walk. There's something about this hall and the speed at which you're being ushered through it where it is very difficult to recall exactly the way you came.
Oh, labyrinth. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Labyrinth.
You are led through a variety of twists and turns, past other hallways, past doors where you hear banging and shouting, um, past one stairway downwards that just descends into complete darkness. Along everything through this area, there's a relatively well lit kind of interior. You pass several individuals who are maintaining guard posts, one or two minotaurs that are actually roaming the halls and kind of maintaining a patrol. You never see an individual moving about that is not a minotaur.
Damn.
I would assume
Minotaurs
because
themselves are
anybody
pretty
else would
tough.
Get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd
So-
be dope as prison guards. Ghosts.
That would actually.
You try to escape and just get possessed and wake up back in your cell.
They would. Yeah, they would honestly. Now I want a haunted jail cell.
It would actually be kind of a rad theme.
Would.
Ravnica, or not Ravnica, Ravenloft.
Straight up. So, you all make your way through this, following them very closely, being ushered from behind by one of them. The two centaurs, upon re-arriving to this fortress, split off and appeared to do some continue some rounds around the outside. They didn't actually come inside. You are now simply being ushered. Well, you are being led by. Excuse me. You are being led by Tarakbar and then ushered from behind by the two other minotaurs. After about 20 minutes of roaming these halls, taking various turns and twists and stairways up and down, you come to a door that is very, very nice looking. It is a fully metal door that is gilded and etched in a variety of these intricate patterns that sort of have this weird sort of story of as you go around the door clockwise of the creation of minotaurs and the gods giving them the ability to pass through these labyrinths with perfect recall, to battles with the overlords where the goblins reigned supreme. Or sorry, not the overlords, with the
Dalkir?
Delkir, where the goblins reigned supreme. And then the final panel is of the humans betraying the goblins and taking the nation in their time of weakness.
Well, I can see why he wanted to have the meeting here.
As he steps into the door and as he steps into the door and begins to gesture, you find yourselves in what you wouldn't typically describe as a warden's office. You step into what you would more describe as a study. A low burning fireplace kind of fills the room with this scent of burned wood. There's a scent of whiskey in the air, some smokiness, and the overwhelming scent of old books. Lining lining two of the walls are massive bookshelves filled with books and scrolls and other little things and bits that he seemed to have collected over time. In the center of the room, there is a desk with two chairs opposite it and one chair on the far side that seems to be his. Behind it, near the fireplace, there's a nice small table, probably a nice little like end table with a massive backed chair and this ottoman in front of it for him to raise his legs and relax when he's reading his books. Beside the fireplace, or we'll say on the mantle over the fireplace, there are bottles and bottles and bottles of expensive looking alcohols. Very nice old looking brandies that have a little bit of dust on them, but seem to be relatively well kept. Whiskeys and other very, very fine liquors. He takes a seat in the center of the room at the desk and gestures for you both to have a seat.
Well, I will. Don't see any reason to refuse.
And Senin?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Like,
No. Oh yeah,
as
it's
you
just the two of you.
as you two sit down and take your seats, he pulls out from one of the drawers behind the desk 3 glasses and pulls he pulls out 3 glasses and then gestures for one of the 2 other minotaurs to grab a bottle from the shelf, who grabs a fairly large bottle with this sort of brackish colored liquid and brings it back. He pours a drink for everyone, and everyone at the table. The 2 guards do not get drinks, but pours a drink for each of you and himself, and then sets the bottle aside and says, "Now, what are these talks of war?"
Does he mean specifically our plans for war, or the plot the Realish are up to?
Your choice.
I suppose I'll answer with our plans of war, since that's truth.
Why lie when you don't have to?
Yeah. So let's see. How do I want to answer that question? I suppose with carefully placed truth. I'm sure I don't need to tell you how terrible the humans in Breland have been. Lord Haruk and the rest of the Dar in Dargoon have decided that we aren't going to wait for the Brealish to act. We've managed to even bring in Lord of Blades from the Mournlands to help in our efforts.
Wow.
How much of my plan do I actually want to tell him, though? Enough to placate him, probably.
Remember when we came here to steal shit?
Yes. Well, I'm currently in the room to do that, but I need a good opening. We've already gained a number of powerful allies in the area, but we're always looking for more to sandwich the Breland on all sides. We were hoping to find some of that help here in Drome.
He takes a slow, long drink as you discuss, and he says, "Well, on a larger scale, it's a bit hard. I don't think you'll find much support from the sisters. But
From the sisters?
yeah, oh, you say you came to Drome for support for war. Well, they're the ones to talk to. They run the nation."
Well, that's very helpful information. Thank you.
However, different from a little, most of everybody else, we have a little bit of autonomy. So, well,
Would you care to
I'll
get
just
your
say
hands
that-
dirty in Breland blood, then?
he kind of shifts in his seat and sits back a little bit more comfortably and just says, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time this month."
Just today.
Yeah, I like this guy.
We've got enough autonomy to, as long as we obey the general guidelines of it, not make too much of an enemy of ourselves. We've got pretty free reign to steal, raid, and take what we want.
All right.
Every now and then, we have to cross the borders to catch one of our runaways. But beside the point, Castle Arcane is just a fun castle to raid. They keep trying to make it better, and they haven't yet. But more to the point of war, I can't promise that we'd be particularly a front line, but in the event that the Bralish have their attention drawn elsewhere, we could definitely make
Yeah.
a bit of a larger problem for them.
Literally, they would
Absolutely.
love that. They're barbarians and raiders in that extent. It's like, oh, you want to take the whole army of this place we're raiding out of the picture? Sure, yeah, we'll take advantage of that.
Yeah. After all, we aren't asking you to be the main force of the army, just to do what you're already
Stab 'em
doing,
in the back.
conveniently timed.
Do what you're doing conveniently timed.
As I said, as long as we don't get too much pushback and bring them across the border, the sisters don't really care.
Well, if all goes well, the Brelish border won't be anything to cross after we're done.
Oh, shit.
He again, he takes a long, slow drink and just nods and says, "Now, if that were the case, if that's the scale we're talking about," he kind of shrugs slightly and just says, "In the theoretical world where the Brelish are no longer a problem, theoretically, I could capture some of that land for myself, and thus for the sisters."
Oh, let's go look at that map now, shall
Something like that could quite boost your standing here in Drome, even beyond what it already is.
Exactly.
we? Yeah, because they... Oh, man, we just flank them at this point.
Warny the
That
Pooh.
What's that?
Someone from chat called
Fucking
them
Blake.
Warny the Pooh. We'll take their honey.
We'll
I
take
like-
that, honey.
Yeah, honestly, it would be really easy to draw a line between, like, just cutting Breland in half between
Yeah.
Gargle and Drome.
Yeah, like that road that goes between the Dragon Road and also the Dagger River.
Yeah, yeah.
That cuts out a pretty
let
good
me,
chunk for
let me get
Drome
rid
if we
of
take
that.
Breland out.
Here, let me do that a little nicer.
He takes another slow drink and finishes his cup, and then pours another one and just says, what are our expectations?
Damn.
Alliances are never quite as simple as
Shit.
we won't hurt each other.
Well, if possible, I'd like to take one step further and simply leave it at let's help each other and go on our ways.
He nods. I can't particularly. He stops and considers for a moment and says, "Well, perhaps. What are you asking for first?"
Well, I won't ask for anything you're not willing to give, but there are a few things that we're currently looking for.
Excuse me.
Expound.
Okay, I am going to. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just I'm accumulating my plan. First, I'm going to ask for any information you might have on the Decaniths. Related to that, I'm looking for it's a like a deed to the pistol that I'm looking for him.
Blueprints, notes, sort of the general like. What you're looking for? What would in effect be the creation
Owner's
documents
manual.
of it?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for documents pertaining to a weapon, and then I'll kind of describe it in like as general terms as I can to make sure that he knows what I'm talking about, but also kind of like not let on that I know exactly what I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah.
And then as the third thing, I'm still looking for probably a good source of amethyst dust to repair that dragon shard we got a ways back.
Mm.
So I'll just casually throw in that note in the middle of those three things there, and then if he also has those other two things, a bonus.
He hears you out, nods, says, "Well, let's start with the Decanis. Ah." He thinks about it for a long moment and says, "Let me check." He
Random.
stands up, walks over to one of the bookshelves, kind of thumbs over some of the spines before he seems to reach one that he wants, pulls it out and brings it over the table and sets it down. He
Random
opens up
question.
this very large tome. Go ahead.
Lord of Blades and all them. He's not really concerned about land much at all, is he? Just wants to kill all
Lord of
these.
Just the
Blades?
independence of the Warforged, I guess.
Dope. I'm just
And the
carving
death
out
of all
Breland
humans.
into slabs.
Yeah, I think he did want to like migrate some of the Warforged people across Corvair, but as far
Into the
as
Mournland?
like claiming land, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that was like one of his big things.
To a certain extent, yeah. If they're just like enforcers and just people that walk the land, yeah, who cares? Just don't kill
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, they just wanted to emigrate, that's all.
Yep. He places this large tome onto the table and starts flipping through it, and eventually you see he gets to a page where he starts thumbing down the rows, and you see it's a list of names. It appears to be a ledger. It's a list of names followed by some other information from time to whether or not that time is finished, and what the exact nature of their crime was, and then any other notes. And as he looks through Kenneth, he kind of shrugs a little bit and says, "Oh, I haven't had too many of them here. Just
That
one."
surprises me with all the stuff they get up to.
Which
Just
one?
Any of them.
I think they're asking which one did he have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see. I thought you were telling me
Well-
to ask which one.
Yeah,
Oh.
ask him which one, like which Kenneth was in there.
Yeah, which ones do you have info on?
He looks through it and says, just one." Kind of shrugs. "I don't recognize his name too much, but are you familiar with with the Merricks?"
Oh,
Somewhat. Names come up
For
before.
reference, yeah. For reference, you all know Merricks. Merricks is Cyrus's
Oh.
and Serena's father.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I thought he was. I keep getting him mixed up with the other guy.
yeah. Who was the guy that we found in the City of Making again?
Oh god, let me find my notes. Holy shit. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, we're not gonna have any luck with Thrain or Throne. Ondare. I don't remember what Ondare is about.
Starin. Starrin.
Starring.
Said to have died with the Day of Mourning.
Zero, what is Ondare? What's their whole MO?
Mages.
I thought that was Breland.
Mages, floating cities, floating towers. On there are the like learned mages and sorcerers.
Hmm.
Lots of like colleges of learning trades and things like that.
Winterhold College? Mage College? Was that what it is?
Not quite so lame, but yes.
Yeah, that place really is lame.
Let's see here. Yeah. They're mostly education. Ever since Seer was kind of destroyed, they've sort of become the center of like high culture.
Pizza time.
How could you? You forgot you need to sleep within a certain time? Oh yeah, I keep doing that too.
They are particularly
I'll be like, I'm
powerful
tired, I'm gonna go to bed
in
early. Wait a second, I
specific
can't.
aspects.
Nice schmoop.
Bookland. And how about the Elden Wretches?
The Eldian Reaches is a mostly desolate landscape where not desolate, a mostly
Wild?
forested landscape. It is home to a lot
Yes.
of agriculture, some animal like husbandry, and vast reaches of druidic magics. Specifically, several druid clans live within the Eldian Reaches.
Yeah.
Should they take animal
That'd be
husbandry
the-
literally then? I now pronounce you
Ah.
animal and husband.
It's also like the forests are believed by many to be very dangerous and cursed. Because the Eldian Reaches was one of the primary I want to say staging
Incursion
grounds
points?
where one of the primary intrusion points and one of the primary staging grounds where the Delkir first broke through.
Yeah, so there's a lot of gatekeepers around in there. Right?
Yes, there are. The Eldian Reaches is heavily populated by gatekeepers these days.
Do they gatekeepers help with the demon waste as well?
No, the Demon
No,
Waste
that's-
wasn't really something that bothered them.
Yeah.
And they have like the pretty
Small fries.
sizable natural defenses between them and the Demon
Yeah.
Wastes. So any of the like demonic and fiendish stuff, any of the monstrous stuff that happens up there doesn't typically make it through the forests. However, they will protect the forests from anything that does happen to get through.
Fair.
But it's not a particularly common thing.
And Valinar is Elfland.
Yes. Yep.
Sorry, just checking the surroundings again.
Valinor is Elfland. The Talenta Plains is halflings and dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Karnath is fantasy Russia / Norway / Iceland area. It's extremely hard living and extremely hard people. The Maror Holds are the like natural resource area that is mined constantly.
Dwarves!
Yes, dwarves and some halflings and other races.
How
Kabara
about
is sort
the-
of a not really anybody knows. It's sort of like the unknown jungle area. The Lazar Principalities are sort of like what the Caribbean is, where they're just sparsely populated islands. Not too many people out there. However, there are a couple places that are notable that most people would be aware of. Particularly, let me see here.
Golf course.
No. Where is it?
Eagleport. Tip.
I can't find it right now. I don't remember if it's actually listed on the map or if it's something that's just in the book.
Oh.
They're the most secure and most trusted prison ever is somewhere in the Lazar Principalities.
Oh.
That's the kind of place where overlords would be kept if they could be guided that way.
Yeah.
It's the kind of place where very, very powerful magic users are kept. It's the kind of place where dragons could be held, according to
Damn.
mythos.
I could break out.
You could break it.
And then
Giz,
the Shadow
in his
Marches.
unfounded confidence, believes fully
Yeah,
he could
that's
break
definitely.
out.
Oh yeah. The Shadow Marches is similar to Drome, just more marshy.
Yeah.
Lots of like strange, monstrous races kind of in that area. It's another area that's a bit war torn from the days of old,
Yeah.
and not too many humanoids live in that area. There's a lot of ruins from old, called goblinoid settlements, and then again these days, basically any monstrous
lot.
race that doesn't love the environment of Drome probably lives in the Shadow Marches.
Fair. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to recap
No
a
worries.
couple of
No worries at all. Anywho. Yeah, as he kind of lands his finger on the name Merrick's, he says, Merrick's. Only had him for about 2 years. And this was about 45 years ago.
That's a lot of years ago.
Mm.
Because, like, we just saw him recently, right? In the new canon?
Yeah, in the new canon, you would have seen him. It took you about 10 days to get from Zilargo to here, so you probably would have seen him a week, maybe a week and a half ago.
Okay, so that's
So
very
in the
pertinent
original
information,
canon,
though.
would it have been
original canon.
Cyrus?
We have to specify now.
Yeah.
The original canon, it was Cyrus. In the new canon, Cyrus is dead, so Merrick's was the one who had to come to handle political things in Zilargo.
That's great. Also, there's a text a font called Goblin 1.
Yep.
It's a cantrip.
He continues reading the entry and just says, he was captured for trying to steal some magical documents. There's something here that's been blacked out that I'm not quite sure of what it is.
That wouldn't happen to be the type of magical documents in question, would they?
Like I said, it's blacked out. I don't have any information besides
Unfortunate, but no
magical
matter.
documents. And said he was a loud one. Wasn't quite happy with his treatment, so he's kept on the lower levels. But after 2 years, he kind of looks at it and kind of leans in close and reads it a little closer, and then cocks his head a little and says, it says that the sisters actually ordered him freed.
Huh.
They must have done some diplomacy there. How long was he supposed to have him?
He kind of shrugs and says, I don't know. Depends. I can tell you, theft of those kind of documents of any kind is usually about 10 or so years on the minimum side.
Damn.
So,
Who would have the authority to omit those details, censor those details, whatever it's called, redact them? That's what I'm looking for. Who would have the authority to redact the details?
my predecessor.
Who's
I've
that?
only been here for about 36 years, I think.
Good long time.
Okay. Interesting.
My predecessor is long dead, for reference. I would ask him for you, but
Yeah.
he's been buried
Stick
for
with
about
that.
20 years.
I definitely
Shame.
heard married, but I knew that wasn't the... Okay.
That's the only Kenneth I can tell you who's ever been here, as far as I know.
Well, even that information is useful. Thank you.
Now, on to the weapon as you've described it. I've heard of similar structures, similar constructions. Let's see. He kind of thinks about it and takes a little sip before standing up and going to another shelf, putting the first book back, and then kind of scrolling through again a few book spines before reaching what is significantly smaller than the ledger that he just pulled out. Looks more like a hand notebook. Pulls it out and kind of brings it back to the table and sets it onto the table and opens it up and kind of gestures to the first drawing, which is very obviously a bit of a crude interpretation of the spell shot that you were describing.
So this looks like it would be a copy of what I'm looking for, or?
It just looks like probably a first draft drawing of what it is, of what it was. This is probably a notebook containing further like refinement of this process, but this was a almost like sketched out in like charcoal and like whatever could be found to sketch it out. It looks like someone drawing it for the first time, and they're not particularly good at first drawings.
So this is like a prototype blueprint?
It is the first page of a notebook. He kind of opens up more pages, and as it goes on, it gets more refined and more detail oriented. And it seems like it turned from a sketchbook of what he wanted or what was wanted into a like actual breakdown and blueprint of it.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking for then.
It seems like it. There's a lot of detailed sketches on certain parts and pieces. Like you can see a breakdown of individual pieces that had to be cast with measurements and specific what's the word, ingredient lists for what the composition of metals had to be to build it.
All right.
As you look through it, it's definitely the thing you're looking for, but it also kind of gives you some strange vibes because there's writing in two different styles here. There's what appears to be a handwritten style of like sketching and drawing and piecing down and like scribbling like individual measurements and bits. And then over that, in some places, there's this thicker, like almost red ink that has come over and crossed out certain bits and written in a much finer hand.
Huh. Okay. Well, that is definitely the thing that I need. So, I wasn't expecting him. I wasn't actually expecting him just to hand it to me.
Well, he hasn't. He's just got it on the table and he's kind of flipping through it and
I just
gauging
mean,
your
like-
reaction. Yeah. But he just
I wasn't expecting him to be so like forward with it. Is the thing. Well, I don't suppose I'll go for a deception deceptive route. You
That
know
crime
what?
seems legit. She seems friendly.
I'll flat out tell him. I think this is what I'm looking for. Would you be willing to part with this for anything?
He gets a little defensive and kind of slows the scroll through the book, and says, "That depends. There's some parts to this that, well,
I'll say.
I feel
There's
a
way
bit,
more.
I feel a bit uncomfortable explaining this to you, given that your race dealt with it more than any's. But there's some bits of this where the document is corrupted."
Would you be willing to elaborate more on the corruption? I'm not
He
sure I understand.
he scrolls to about 3/4 of the way through the book, and the scribbling in is taking up basically every single square inch of the page, leaving almost white space for the actual designs. And overwritten in some of them is this red ink that is now not so common in a language. It is speaking in a language that is what languages does everyone or do you speak?
That's a good question. It's been a while since I've looked.
Same with you, Senin, if you're standing here.
Well, let's just click this button and see what it says. I also took Draconic because I wanted to be able to, and Dwarvish because I figured those would be good, like trading type races.
Nice. Senin, what does Senin speak?
Goblin, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Neither of you recognize these languages.
Can
and
you
at
share? You were just speaking. There's no like visual telepathy over there. Anything?
I don't think there's.
Okay. I was just curious if I could.
As he kind of gauges your reaction, he points at some of the like red script that's appearing there now, and he says, I guess you don't recognize that writing. That's Delkir.
Oh, I know that one.
Delkir.
Oh, what? Huh. I'm not there. I guess I could be. Wait. I could be listening in though, to a certain extent, right?
No.
Because it's the telepathist.
He kind of shows you the last 3 pages of the journal are of the like finished product, and you can see that the design completed looks almost exactly as you remember the actual piece being made, except it's undamaged, it's unmodified, and it's unetched. But as you look through the like runes a little closer, they resemble more Dalekir as a language than any like actual arcane runes that you're familiar with.
Interesting.
And he kind of gestures towards and says, "Whatever this weapon was a tool of our greatest enemies."
Yeah. We
The gun?
first learned of this blade dealing with the Decanaths and uncovering the plot in Breland. To learn it's a weapon of that caliber, that's discomforting.
Sorry, I missed that a little bit. Which weapon is this?
The spell
So
shot.
this is the weapon that our friend has. Yeah.
But the Delkir kind of.
It's
That's something to do with
related
it.
to the Delkir somehow.
Something either originally forged by them or influenced the original creator of it or something. It's a dangerous tool. It's a weapon. It's not itself evil as far as I can tell. And in handling it, I can say it wasn't aggressive enough that I felt anything.
Enough.
It wasn't aggressive enough that you felt anything? So, wait, you've handled the
Yes.
weapon?
Yes. I handled one like it about a decade ago. We had an inmate come in and it was his primary weapon of choice. So we had confiscated it with everything else, and upon further investigation, one of my minotaurs had discovered its capabilities. And so we damaged and destroyed the runes and tried to make it unusable, but couldn't fully destroy it. It's stronger than that.
I don't mean to ask for too much, but if you could tell me what its capabilities are, I'm worried that the Breelish plan on turning such a weapon against us. If it's that powerful, it'd be useful to know what's coming.
It itself, as far as we could tell, was not particularly powerful. It just depends on the hands of who uses it. It was a spell focus primarily, and one that had a little bit of oomph to it. Our concerns were more its influence on the wielder.
Oh.
Clunk wants more brain influence. Did what's the guy's name? Talon, has he told us like anything like what he plans to do with the gun? Like he just wants it fixed so we can go about his business, but like how do we know he's not just gonna go and get into some shit? Not that
We
we're
don't.
not doing that, but
That's why I'm also gathering information, because I'm getting a little sus.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. But you said you've held the weapon before. You didn't feel its influence?
Not very strongly. I
But it
feel
was
like
there.
whatever. Yes, there was very obviously a feeling when you held it.
Do you think
watching.
Do you think that it's inherent to the weapon itself, or do you think something happened to the weapon after it was built?
He kind of sits back for a minute and says, he kind of taps on the journal and says, I think that a bit of both. I think that the original creator probably had some bit of corruption part of the way through, because if you look at the original sketches, it was no different than any other similar structured gun firearm.
That's the part that had me curious as well. For a moment, it looks to be nothing more than what I would do.
Yep. And then, you get a several pages in and start seeing this red script. This starts off normal and then eventually progresses to worse and worse. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not something I necessarily trust out in the world. Not with the Elden Reaches so close.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I would like
Eldritch horror gun.
I would like to understand more about what happened to this weapon.
You're just triggering all his red flags.
I
Tell
do
me
have
more.
I do have a mind shielding ring, and I feel more than capable of building such a device. I feel as though I might be able to take the necessary precautions if you would allow me to.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, and I cast myself an enhance ability just in case I'd ever need to. Oh, and thank God I did, because one of those dice was a 2.
I can make one of those. Me go bang bang. It'll be all safe.
All right, let's go with a 17. Oh wow, okay.
Okay.
It's so funny that
Kind
you're
of-
the prime talker and I'm the charisma
Yeah.
guy. My guy's just too unhinged to use it well.
He kind of leans back in his chair again and gives you a long look while he takes another long drink. Then he sets the cup down empty and just says, "Perhaps if you think you're not going to be influenced by it."
At the
Got
very
my stuff
least,
done.
this person didn't go
or
insane
less.
right away. I do have friends that can watch me. We can take precautions.
If that's the
But
case,
like, if
that's
you go
better off.
crazy, are we gonna stop you?
I mean, I don't know. I just want to complete my quest.
Yeah, I know. I get you. I'm just making the joke.
Obi's out
Also,
here just
Giz
like,
is
"Stop."
fully arrogant enough to be like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
what happened to me?
What happened to the last 5 people that tried, but not me?
Yeah, it won't be me. I'm him. What do you mean?
You're more than welcome to attempt to create a new one, but the original is gone now. So
A shame. Being able to study the original would have been very eye-opening at the very least. I
we
would
did
have
our
liked
best to
to
make
feel this influence firsthand if seemingly you were fine. It would have given me more clues to go on, but hopefully this will. And
I
I'll
think the
reach forward to
influence-
pick the book off the table. I think we're at that point.
As you do, he doesn't stop you. He just says, "I think that the influence would have gotten worse if you spend more time with it."
Well, I'll be sure to be very
One of
careful.
those that builds. Basically,
the-
in character version of saying you probably got to attune to it to actually feel any effects.
That makes sense.
Man, Clunk definitely wants to f with that gun.
Bro, I might
And
give it to
he-
you. Just be like, I don't have a use for a gun, but this little freak might.
Especially since it seems like it definitely, like a spellcasting focus and that sort of thing. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally, that's not what we came here for, but...
Now
Yeah,
on
cool.
to your final
on.
request. I don't have much in the way of amethysts. I apologize. We're kind of you earn what you take society.
Yeah, I figured it was a long shot, but the more times you ask, the more times you have to get lucky, right?
The more times you ask, the more times you get told no, screw off.
That too. Unfortunately.
He gives you a nod and says, "And now let's talk about what I'd like in return."
Yes, of course.
Is that the
And
We're
classic,
known to
like,
be a pretty
TV
resourceful
trope?
group.
It's the classic trope where, like, you're sent out one quest, and to fulfill it, this guy sends you another one, and another one. And honestly, it's kind of great because once you finally find the thing that the 7th guy wants, then you just go and complete all of them rapid succession. You're like, woo, I did it!
Get like 7 levels all at once.
That's actually where we'll pick up next time.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh.
It was a fun session.
So many things happened.
Things happened.
How
Half
do
of
we
everything
always
that
have,
happened
like...
was up Clunk's ass?
How do we always have, like, no combat, but then so much shit happens?
Yeah.
That is insane.
Life changing.
Yep.
Life ending.
Life
Literally.
ending.
Sucks, Cyrus. Skill issue.
You know, I said before any of that happened that you were gonna kill someone else over breakfast, and I kind of wasn't wrong.
Damn, he's
You
right.
did actually kill someone over breakfast by doing drugs immediately.
Oh, that's funny. You would be.
Oh my god, the ramifications that this is going to have.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Wild.
into the Dalkir range of shit.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
My character doesn't actually have much interaction with it or any history or anything with them, as far as I know, right?
No.
Okay. I want to change that. I like the Delkir. That'd be fun. For those of you on normal non-Eberron terms, Delkir is kind of just a general term for aberration.
Yeah.
Because
Great
they're
old
just
ones.
kind of all put together in a horrific mess of don't shoot that alien ship. They'll melt your brains.
Yeah.
And your
Like-
mom's brains.
Delkir is a subset of the great old ones. Like Delkir can come in smaller and like less violent forms, but when you say specifically like the Delkir, generally speaking, people will image like the CR20s plus Delkir.
Yeah.
God, shit.
Yeah, like mind flayers, beholders, and everything in between, all just chilling. What I love about Eberron too is there's like a more kind of humanoid but more powerful version of each. There's like
Mhm.
kind of like a beholder sort of type person and a mind flayer one that is just like, yeah, they're just the leader of this entire group. Just like they're terrifying. But I like aberrations. I have a soft spot. They're wonderful. I have as many minis as I could possibly get of them.
And I paint them.
And I can't wait till you're high enough level to get your mind blown up by them.
No, thank you.
Oh,
I have a link that I need to give Jeff.
Oh,
Candy.
no. Is it gonna spell out pain for the other campaigns I'm in?
I don't think so.
Hopefully not.
I'll find a way to make sure it does, babe. Don't worry about it.
All right, so
I'm
it sounds like
happy I
we're
was definitely
generally
listening,
wrapping
but I
up
got-
here.
Killing my
So
character.
I think
Your
I'll let
character
chat
has a
go
habit
here.
of dying.
So thanks everyone
I've never
for
killed
joining.
a character.
I'll
I just
see you
traumatized
guys
characters. You're right,
tomorrow
if I can get away
if
with it.
you're around for some more Persona 4. So
I have an amnesia
have a good night, everybody.
character at
I'll
the
talk to you
moment
later.
Where at any point you can say